Alrighty. Oh. Happy Friday, world. Happy Friday. 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 Okay. All right. Set you up in your home. Oh shit. Let me do this thing this time. So that mirror your video. Ha ha. Fabulous. All right. Oh, sorry, bro. You got a scoop, Danny. You got a scoop, kid. All right. Happy Friday. We'll see. I only posted like a little bit ago. We'll see who pops in. Oh. A light Friday. We'll just go. I tried to write a thing and we'll check them off so people know where we're at. As we go down, we'll start with college basketball. Just run through the slate. Any matchup questions? My name's Sloppy Tuna Butter, bro. Yeah, I like that name. That's good. Like fresh tuna. I had sushi last night, man. Well, we're akin. We're brothers. You like college basketball, Sloppy Tuna, bro? Sloppy Tuna Butter. The butter. Yeah, creative. Why UConn? Um, so have you watched any Xavier recently? It's pretty bad. Xavier's pretty bad right now. Like, I don't know what the hell Paul Scruggs is doing, but he's playing. I think Paul Scruggs should have. Like, I thought this would be a year where the narrative of Xavier would be Paul Scruggs is like a top ten lottery pick kind of player. Like, where we're like, oh shit, this guy might. What's up, Ace Sports? Good to see you. Fucking couldn't hit. None of my Rex could hit a fucking shot yesterday. Oh my god, Justin Long. The wrench. But Big East is hard to win on the road, to be honest. It really is. That's why. So I'm sprinkling UConn. I tried to order like sushi things so I can like better represent whatever it's called. I think the Big East is hard to win on the road because of the fucking refs, bro. What the hell? How they're calling everything. You got everything yesterday? Nice. Nice. Cannoneer giving me goosebumps and embedded. We'll talk about it, Marty. I'm so fucking excited for that Jared Cannonier investment. Although I gotta admit, I didn't watch any embedded this week. Is it goosebumps in a good or a bad way? I have to do that. Okay. Let's go through. It really is hard to win in the Big East. I just think also just inside, they really should fucking dominate. They should absolutely dominate Xavier inside. A little bit worried about, just throwing like Paul Scruggs on RJ Cole, but like Paul Scruggs is playing like an idiot right now. It looks like he doesn't even want to be there. Dude, I think a lot of it could be Travis Steele, and we're just seeing the Travis Steele finally come home to roost, and all these kids are fucking sick of listening to the guy. But Travis Steele's a garbage coach, and he's always been a garbage coach, and they kind of like they weren't really his guys, so it went through. So it kind of just like it's like, yeah, whatever. But now maybe it's just these kids are all fucking tired of listening to Travis Steele, and they're all just. But we should be absolutely dominant inside. But we're gonna have to hit. Do we hit? Are we gonna hit 20% from three like every fucking team I bet on yesterday? I don't think one team I bet on hit over like 20% from. Pathetic. I didn't have any in the 30s. Pathetic. Thoughts on that Sixers trade? One of the biggest robberies in sports. The fact that you can trade a dumpster for an all-star who should want to re-sign. because he's back with Maury. Yeah, UCSB, nice job. Dominated the entire game. Nice job, Elijah. I wrote that one down. I didn't think Mercer was a bad pick, and Morehead State was a good pick. Everything everybody talked about, really good. It was really good yesterday. I thought that was an awesome chat. I just fucking couldn't hit a backside of a barn, and Arizona State just decided they didn't want to fucking actually, they could attack the zone when they wanted to, and just decided to play fucking psycho. But they actually, when they really took their time and just attacked it, they were getting layups. It was crazy. What the fuck? Whatever. Life is life. Oakland 6.5. Dude, I'd honestly lean Robert Morris. Oakland's been playing terrible, and Robert Morris just has athletes. If you think about Green, if you think about the transfer from Bryant, you think about Spear, you think about a lot of these guys that Spear's super talented. He could get what's his face into foul trouble on not Conway, with Towson or whatever, and create a lot of problems. It just seems like what the hell is Oakland? What's up with Oakland? The Night Gobber. What's your thoughts on Oakland right now? Kind of playing garbage basketball. Okay. But that was what it's like. If it's just a bunch of talent out there and nobody gives a shit, they have the people. And Northern Kentucky, I feel like it's very, very difficult to imagine Northern Kentucky losing this game. No, I just have a really hard time because it's Green Bay is a bunch of children who actually can't shoot at all. And Northern Kentucky plays good perimeter defense. They're not just going to allow open drives to the rim really easily. So how the fuck how are they going to score? How is Green Bay going to score at all? What are their routes to scoring? Does anybody have any ideas? That'd be good to see in the chat. St. Louis, I mean, from a matchup perspective, it might be hard for them to initiate some of the one-on-one stuff. Actually get driving stuff going and get good shots, but I wouldn't touch St. Bonaventure with a 40-foot pole, and I'm done. It's like this last night. Everybody that took Maryland, stuff like that. Great pick. Whoever, by the way, I was thinking about you when Michigan was rolling, the kid who put a ton of money on it. Good job, buddy. But Maryland just didn't, you can't trust them as far as you can throw them. These teams you can't trust as far as you can throw. Evansville was painful. Fucking last night was super painful to watch. SEMO played their worst basketball game of the year. They didn't even try. I mean, they didn't even shoot. They shot 60% on 33 free throws. And fucking just no percentage from three, just throwing the ball at their feet. It was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Evansville, that technical was absolutely ridiculous at the end of the game. That technical where they had the 4 points. Where is that? They should have just won the game regular. Yeah, I mean, sometimes life's a turd. Also, love Wright State today. Yeah, I took Wisconsin-Milwaukee the other day and learning from it. They all hate Patrick Baldwin. The rest of the kids on the team fucking hate Patrick Baldwin. So him being back is such a net negative. Demon Dog, Nevada plus 12 is so free. Grant Sherfield is playing. What I'd say about that is, so I think, first of all, if you like Utah State, you obviously wait because let that news percolate and let some people take that Nevada. But the thing I'd say about it is Utah State was playing pretty good in that Wyoming game. They have everybody back. Idle Rock is back. Bean's playing well. I was pretty impressed by that. I think Wyoming's awesome. Going toe-to-toe with them down the stretch like that, I was really impressed. We'll get to NBA after. I'm trying to do a more, we'll go through NCAA and we'll just do NBA, and I'm trying to fucking be a little more because we got to get through a lot. And I was on for 3 hours yesterday. It just went. But what the fuck? Damn it. What was I just talking about? Oh, I thought Utah State was playing really, really well. And Nevada's not a super trustworthy team. And then integrating your best player back in. That's something you always see. I almost never want to invest in teams. Had I known all those it didn't come out. There was no news that all those SEMO players were back yesterday either. Had I known, I wouldn't have put so much on it. But integrating a bunch of people back in, or integrating a lead ball handler, the best scorer, somebody back in, there's always going to be a bunch of turnovers and stuff in there that it's just little things, the little ones where it's oh, I got you next time kind of things. But yeah, I don't want to, those turnovers aren't baked into the price. So I usually don't like taking in that kind of situation. Okay. Yeah, so Wright State, I have to give the all clear on Wright State. I don't know if I want to lay that many points. Like I feel like today is an unbelievable live betting day because I feel like the market is very spot on in a lot of spots. And it's like there could be great opportunities. Like on a team like St. Peter's against a Rider team that's playing better. Maybe Murray plays good. Murray, the Dwight Murray kid or whatever his name is, plays really good early. He's bigger. He could cause a lot of problems on the St. Peter's guards, especially early before they figure out what they're going to do with them. So let him take a Ryder out to a decent lead. We talk about Ryder all the time. I know what's going on in that Baggett situation. I know I have whatever terrible coaching. So feel like St. Peter's is an awesome live spot. They have enough experienced guards to come back in a game. So Wright State, I'm probably going to be looking to do a similar thing because they're just going to score, and then the chemistry issues on Milwaukee will solve themselves. NKU has been playing really good basketball. And I don't see them allowing like free driving lanes for these other kids. Who are these people? Philly by 100. Philly, the Sixers. I agree. Throw it up there. Hold on. Good call. Especially Harden, I assume. Yeah, right? That's the concept. Because the NBA would love that. Just like they loved the Suns last night. That was an easy one, huh? Wait, I just wrote Harden. That's not what I wanted to write. Philly. Yeah. Okay. Monmouth -5 to play. I'm a little worried about like taking 5 because I feel like it's going to be kind of like not like a rough and tumble game, but Manhattan is like tough if nothing else. I don't think they're going to allow a lot of easy shit inside from Monmouth. They're going to have to work for it. I don't know whether they cover the 5, but yeah, I think they probably win. Well, not probably win. They're going to win. They should win. I don't like a lot of the dogs in college basketball today. Okay, Magic real quick, since it is a play, we'll just get to it real quick. Why is it so wide? They're gonna be integrating Nickeil Alexander-Walker and right. And then the Magic guards are tough. If nothing else, I don't like Cole Anthony I do like Jalen Suggs. He says he's going to be playing tonight. He says he's fine to play. They're gritty as shit, and they can play this they can play a bunch of the out game with them and play good enough perimeter defense. That's a lot of freaking points. Rudy Gobert may be playing, may not be playing. Even if he is playing, how much effectiveness is he going to have? I think the Magic are really, really, really gritty. Like Franz is awesome. He plays good perimeter defense too. Like they play a lot of good perimeter defense. I don't see why it could get so wide. I don't see why they can't win the game. The Jazz aren't good. Like everybody thinks the Jazz are awesome. This iteration of the Jazz is what? Like when you really think about them, they're second round of the playoffs. That's their ceiling. And they have a limited center. Ingles, obviously not playing, and they're integrating a new guy into the backcourt. So 13.5 feels fucking wildly wide to me. Who else is missing from the Magic? Like RJ Hampton, who cares? Let me see if anybody's saying anything about the Magic one. Can you do an explanation for UConn? I have a large bet on them that 1.5. Yeah, I think Xavier's a dumpster. I was talking about it before, but Xavier is an absolute dumpster fire. I mean, we've been talking about it forever, but we identified the Scruggs thing like months ago, but it's just like Paul Scruggs is that guy. What, Nate Johnson's like a fucking Gardner-Webb transfer? I don't know what happened to Kiki Tandy, but these other kids, the rest of the team, Kunkel is like a liability on one end. If he's shooting well, then that's awesome on that night. Look at the two centers, big ganglers. I mean, I like Nunge and shit, but I mean, they are what they are, him and Fremantle. Like, they are what they are defensively. So, I mean, losing to Seton Hall is not a good look either with how they're playing. So, it's like, that doesn't impress me that you came close and almost came back there. That's form-wise. The thing is, UConn's not that good. That's the problem. Like, if you and it's kind of speaking in their resume now. You kind of look at it, you're like, man, you guys just aren't that good because – I mean, you're a team that's has a ball dominant guard that's like a transfer up from fucking, Turdsville. He's like, look how limited he is athletically. We like him. But I feel like Tyrese Martin like got like injured and has just like stayed perpetually injured. I could see Utah winning by 20. I mean, I could see anything happening in any game. That's sports betting. I mean, I just think like from a guard perspective, they're gonna try hard and guard. With all that like Utah motion, all like with all the motion, they were all the complex like just run it like with the guards. You just need people that want to try tonight. Like they're young kids, they're gonna try and they're gonna try to defend. That's all you need to like. It's not like it's something you can't do. It's like most people don't give a shit on an average NBA night. So playing Jazz is a pain in the fucking ass. It's like, I don't want to run around and do that all night. Well, you know what? So Cole Anthony, I don't like him on the offensive end. He will run around and do that, though. He's a decent defender. Franz is a good defender. He'll do it. He's a tough motherfucker. Like they're just kids that'll go do it. Suggs, I mean, he like wants to play at night. He's going to go do it. Like they want to be like, good opportunity for them to come out and win. Why can't they win the game? Like realistically, when you think about like who's going to be on the floor, like which part of it is scaring the shit out of you? Royce O'Neal, like Donovan Mitchell, just like if they just try and play defense on him, just keep him out of the lane as much as possible, restrict him to pull up jumpers and shit. I mean, if Donovan Mitchell has one of those nights where he's absolutely unconscious from three, then you have to live with life. I mean, that's like how many times a year? He's not that player. And Mike Conley's old. Like it's just they are what they are. He's good, but he's Donovan Mitchell's really good against people that can't defend him at all. People that can defend Donovan Mitchell, it's not the same. Like he doesn't have just like elite skill. He's like he tries really freaking hard and he's uber high usage. Think about how high usage he is. He just like accumulates points, of course. Hold on, I got to scroll back up to get back to college basketball. But if you try and play good defense and you have like a guy semi-equipped to do it, Harden isn't playing until Tuesday. Okay. Then I got to come back to Philly and NBA. All right, shit. Holy crap! I got so far down. I like the everybody talking though. The kid who said he was going to be a moderator. Where'd you go from yesterday, brother? Where'd you go? You like the Magic to win, Joe? I don't see why the Magic can't win. And like plus 750, that seems off, right? Just from a like number standpoint, what is that? What are they giving, like a 10% chance to win? If you took the other side, you'd be giving them like a fucking 5% chance to win. St. Louis minus 5.5. I understand. I wouldn't touch St. Bonaventure with a 45-foot stick. Kent State Akron over. I like Justin Long. Interesting. You like the wrench likes the over. I can't trust Kent State to win this. I think sharps are going to be on Kent State because at this point, how can like the Akron and what Akron was preseason, what people know, know. I'm not, Xavier Castaneda is a weird guy. But I couldn't trust Kent State to get this against a hot Akron team with like a 40-foot stick. I don't think there's value here. Like, I don't think they win this game. If you take the money line, whatever, and then implied odds, and then just covering, more than a bucket against, Kent State team that's super talented, like talent for talent. Kent State's way more talented, right? But I don't know. I just can't trust Kent State to get this win. I feel like Akron wins. I just feel like Akron wins that game. They're playing good basketball. Who did they play the other night? Northern Illinois. We bet against them. Akron's playing good basketball, hitting their free throws. You can just see like the way they're working together. Akron's like, I don't think you want to be betting against Akron right now. Stanford spread was such a sweat. Bro, they shot like fucking, they hit like the last 2 threes in the game. At one point, they were like 2 for 17 from 3 on like they're hitting Stanford. They're like in and out, rimming out stuff. Stanford couldn't hit the backside of a fucking barn. Every pick I took last night couldn't hit the backside of a fucking barn. It was it was just like one after the other, like 20% shooting performance. I don't fucking know, man. Sometimes life. You like Blood Diamond because he trains with Adesanya? I don't know, man, on that fight. There's going to be a knockout. We'll get to UFC, though. I got shit written down. He's not in my little picks section, but I do have a ton of underdogs. Milwaukee plus 8.5. Because if it goes to the ground, that blood diamond might be like you might get submitted in like a half a second. Jeremiah Wells is like very high level. So like on a flash KO, you really need like really quick. Milwaukee plus 8.5. No, I don't want anything to do with Milwaukee. I think they all hate Pat Baldwin. If you watch the games and you watch the stuff in like the preseason, because he's like the coach's son or like someone like he's getting special treatment. Like they had, I think it sums up the whole thing. So he went to USA Basketball this summer. I saw this on their YouTube, but he went to USA Basketball this summer, and they did like a whole like I don't know like 20-minute thing on him returning home and like him coming back, and his teammates were supposed to be all excited, and like I don't fucking know, it was like weird. They're treating him like a king because he came to the school, and they were all like, and it was like I don't know, all the kids were like, yo, fuck this kid. You could see it that they were like, what the fuck is this? Like this kid's just like I don't know. It created a really weird dynamic for the team, and I think they all hate him because they started to play hard and like kind of figure it out once he left, and now he's back, and it's yeah. Called it with Hofstra. Yeah, they probably should have made it from the leans list to the full thing, but a lot of mistakes yesterday on my part. We live to improve. Hey, on a bright side, my mom got out of the fucking is getting discharged from the hospital today, motherfuckers. So life's good anyways. I think we can go on vacation on Monday too, but I'll still stream from wherever the fuck I go. Rider under 30. I don't know how that because theoretically, the big guy for Ryder is actually like not bad. Can he like neutralize some of that shit? And then it ends up, I don't know, but I feel like Murray can score a bunch of points, which is kind of why I want to. I hope he has a lot of success early, and then they switch someone bigger on him. Like I hope like they have like Eatered or something and stuck covering him early, and he scores like a bunch of quick ones that I get like St. Peter's at even money. Like whenever I'm saying look to live, like it's like a significantly better price, like hopefully like minus 110 or better whenever it's like a look to live situation when I write that shit. But there's so many live betting opportunities in college basketball. Monmouth, I like them. I think they're going to win, but I don't really want to lay that in what could be like just a grindy, like slug 'em kind of game. And like, I just don't want to lay it with Monmouth. Is fucking, I don't know why I haven't looked at them. Is Shavar Reynolds back now? Hold on. Monmouth. Yeah, I didn't see Donovan Mitchell on the injury report, Aaron Holtz. It's just 12 points is too much. I think that was about Nevada. Yeah, but I don't know, man. How do you trust Nevada as far as you can throw him? Like that Cambridge kid, I'm sorry, but like, dude, he's one of the more overrated basketball players in the country. All right, I got to find a way to either catch up, but I don't want to skip people. What the hell do you do when you get in that situation? Holy shit, they got the piss kicked out of them in that Marist game. When we said we leaned Marist, god damn it, how did Marist not make the board? They beat them by fucking 25. Marist is going to be a problem, people. Marist is going to be a problem. All right, I'm going to have to go bottom up, and I'm going to have to get back to things. Yeah, I got UFC 271s coming next. We don't have that much more for the college basketball slate, actually, anyways. All right, we're basically down to the bottom. We'll go through NBA. UNLV and Colorado State, let's hit real quick. All right. And now I'm just going to be caught up. I can't do Colorado State right now. I can't do them. I can't lay 6 points with them. It's like one of those things where it's like you have such an advantage in guard play that like how do you play? I'm stuck on that game because I think Fresno State's going to have, some level of success inside. Although Orlando Robinson is like an overrated piece in the market or something. He's not like what everybody is talking about. I mean, a lot of it's like, some like relatively difficult mid-range jumpers and shit. So I'm not all sold in on him, but Colorado State, if you had that roster, why the fuck is David Roddy taking every key shot on that team? That is the most confusing thing to me on the entire planet. Why that like tubby guy is doing all like you have Isaiah Stevens, dude. What are we doing? And now Kendall Moore basically like I used to think Kendall Moore was a really good player. Kendall Moore is basically like relegated to doing nothing on this team. So I don't know, man. I can't do whatever Colorado State's cooking up right now. So it's just too much for me. I'm stuck on that game. And then I would almost leave UNLV. I feel like UNLV is playing right. Is that Acott? Emmanuel Acott? Emmanuel Acott's right. Then this is a lot of points, 8.5. I would probably lean that way. Yeah, I just think I'm not sure about Colorado State, man. There's something's not right. Like, I don't think they're going to be the ones to advance this year for sure. I have a really hard time thinking that. Wait. Okay, so did we basically get through? We basically got through college basketball. Is there any other ones that we missed? Wait, real quick. Anybody else? Any college basketball? Then we can move on to NBA. This is going smooth. This is smooth. I'm going to look to live Utah State because as much as anybody is saying it is a lot of points with Grant Sherfield playing, but I still don't think they're going to – still doesn't matter to me. Theoretically, in like a normal world, I think it's a St. Bonaventure, St. Bonnie's actual matchup advantage in the St. Louis game, but we like St. Louis and we don't like St. Bonnie's, and St. Bonnie's is just like a dumpster. Purdue lost me 5K. Well, this is the thing when we were talking about it yesterday, those guards, man, and Jaden Ivey. Come on. Okay. The Jaden Ivey people, all the Jaden Ivey people stand up. Oh, where are you? Come on. Let's hear you again. With like 2 minutes left in the first half, you're down like, I don't know, 8. And you have 2 free throws, and you're like missing the front end of thing, or I don't even know if miss the front of it. He missed like even if you go 1 or 2 and stuff like that, you need to be the guy. Like all these things, Ivy top 5 pick. I can't do it with people. Like, after yesterday's game, you're thinking an Ivy top 5 pick. I think Ivy's not even semi-ready for the NBA. If Ivy comes out this year, he's not going to be anything. I think he needs to come back for another. He needs to come back for another year. He doesn't have the game IQ. It's not the other things. It's the situational and the game IQ and stuff. That's not what you're going to learn in the NBA. He can't shoot either. He's got a lot of problems. He's one of the more physically gifted people to see, but there's a lot of problems. Michigan didn't just win, Grant. They ran some people over. That was and I like to see the response from Hunter Dickinson. That was impressive, huh? So it's always St. Louis or nothing, but this spread's too wide, right? Like if you really think about it, that spread should be like 3.5 or something. Like you're just paying a premium, and I don't want to pay a premium, but I'm not touching St. Bonnie's with a 10-foot stick. I'm not touching any teams like this anymore at a 10-foot stick with a 10-foot stick. Him at 4 and Durant at 5. Honestly, I can't do. If anybody drafts Jaden Ivey that early, it's over for you. I mean, whatever. It's just a terrible pick. You're not gonna do it. He can't adjust the NBA right now. It's the IQ and the speed and whatever's going on. He can't make the right decisions just in general. So that on top of not being able to shoot are like a lot of problems. I'm going to the SLU game and I need action. What you lean? I don't know. Can you live bet it? Or like just play just play an over and just like that's what I like doing when I go if I don't know. And you just like as long as it's for like tiny, like not like actually investing. You just be a crazy man and play an over. It's probably low. Why UConn partner? If you invest in Xavier right now, God bless you. That's like people are investing in Maryland. It's like, God bless you, soldier. Let's see you out on the field. I'll see you out in the trenches. Why are the Warriors playing so awful lately? Because they're like, they got to, Drake, exactly. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. Draymond Green you can't invest in the Warriors without Draymond Green. There's like certain teams, right? There's like players that are musts for a team. Draymond Green for the Warriors. I should make a list and put it somewhere. But so you just can't invest in these teams without the players. Draymond and the Warriors, because he's their whole identity. He's what makes the thing go. People are going to look back on Draymond Green in like 10 or whatever when he goes to the Hall of Fame and be like, this guy completely changed basketball. Think about it from a who makes plays to a playmaker standpoint, from like what you can do with lineups. He's just a complete unicorn unlocker, key, amazing thing. It's like Jay Crowder with the Suns. You can't take him without it. Ayton and the Suns, interesting. Holtz. Aaron Holtz, I was thinking, I go to UMD and it's sad here. It should be sad there. That was an embarrassing performance. Do people, I hope people still are nice to Fats Russell on campus. Because I would have the urge to say something. I wouldn't because I'm not that person, but I would have the urge. Russell Westbrook and the Lakers? When I'll start taking the Lakers again when they trade Russell Westbrook. What's it called? Ben Simmons on whatever team he goes on. No, but seriously, Matisse Thybulle and the Sixers, like there's just these are musts to have. You absolutely have to have them. Ain't no Westbrook slander, bro. That guy cost KD like his original few championships. If he just wasn't there, they win championships. Okay, so I honestly just think the spread's too wide. It's too wide on St. Louis. Like you're paying such a premium. Realistically, like this should be like a -2.5, -3, something like that. Like think about it. Like when you usually see this. So I trust in like Jim Jimerson and stuff. Or that's not his name. What is it? Whatever Jimerson. Yeah, I think this CBB slate's growth. I think this CBB slate's a great live betting opportunity because you have teams that can come back that are really good at scoring and can come back. Like, can you get Wright State at a cheaper price because they can score, right? They have two guards that are very good scorers. They can come back in a game. Utah State has Justin Bean. We have Ryland Jones. We have people to come back. We have comeback mechanisms. So maybe you might have to work a little extra today. Maybe we got to put in a little extra work today. Gibson Jimerson. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Give me a Michigan OSU early lean. I don't know where that is. Wait, dude, we're about to move on to NBA, guy. I'm gonna have to put out some shit tonight. I'm gonna invest time tonight. All right, let's go to NBA. Let's shift to NBA because then we'll go to because we covered every college basketball one. I'm pretty sure now. That's what I would do. That's all you got. I would just say fuck it, and or I'd take St. Bonnie's or the over. To be honest, because 5.5 is too much. It's not. That's not correct whether they cover it or not. But they're assholes. So how do you trust them? Okay, why are the Celtics only -5 now? I saw it was much wider yesterday. Let's go to NBA. Why is that? You're getting -5. That's nice. I don't think you can trust they're going to win because of the guard play disparity. It's just way too much. Like the end of game scoring, guard play, whatever disparity, no matter how well Jokic plays. Why are they doing this to Nikola Jokic? This is like sad how much we're wasting him right now. I'm really sad about this. But yeah, there's just no way you can keep up. And who's going to guard them on the Nuggets? Like we're just going to ask Will Barton to do all of this? Like the Tatum and Jaylen Brown combo? Are either of them missing? Do we have any injuries on the Celtics? I mean, as soft as the only thing is when you lose on the Celtics, they're just so soft. But yeah, they have no injuries. And Tice is playing. Oh, uncertain. Whatever though. I definitely lean Celtics. Hold on. Celtics. I don't know why I got to think real quick because there was some reason why I thought the Pacers had a decent shot at winning tonight. Oh, first of all, Tyrese Halliburton is about to level up. Is he playing? Tyrese Halliburton is about to completely level up in No, you can't trust the Celtics. They are really difficult to trust, but I can't remember the last time I followed the NBA and there was a team that went on as many scoring droughts as the Denver Nuggets. It's fucking insane. And the amount that just the number of times that the Celtics, like they're great at going on runs. The Nuggets are great on falling flat on their face during runs. True. You can't trust anybody in the NBA. Amen. I think Tyrese Halliburton is going to end up being that was a fucking robbery too. A bunch of these trades made no sense to me. Like, I don't know how you get to a point where you're like, I'm going to trade. Like, for as awesome as Domantas Sabonis is, Bro, you're not winning. Like, he's so defensively in the playoffs, it's going to be such a liability. You just can't, like, just lineup wise for what the modern NBA is and what it's going to require to win the championship. Sabonis has basically got to be coming off your bench. I'm sorry to tell people that, but that's the way it is. Sac hates their fans. Oh my God, they do. Oh my God, they do. And like now we don't get to see what Davion Mitchell and fucking and Halliburton could have been together. I mean, that was the sexiest young pair of players in the NBA, and we get robbed of it because they're so fucking stupid. I mean, how you can do that is so confusing. And then I saw some clip of De'Aaron Fox hugging Sabonis there. It's like, yeah, of course, you two together. Dude, De'Aaron Fox, I'm sorry. Dude, he's not – I liked him in college. He hasn't taken the leap forward, and I think some of it has to do with his chicken legs because his ankles are too skinny to be able to his ankles are too skinny to be able to take whatever beating it is or whatever, and he's so flimsy on the ball. Like, you can just throw him off at the end of games. Like, he provides no resistance defensively when people are actually like trying to score. I can't do that guy. Touchdown scores for Sunday, just real quick, because I was looking at it. We got a little prop packet to go through, baby, when we could leverage up on the Bangies. Dude, I'm thinking Samaje Perine. Anybody else getting a Samaje Perine feel? I get. He already hit recently, but bro, this is like the longest tenured Bengal. Zach Taylor's walking around the fucking stadium or around the city of Cincinnati handing out game balls. Bro, he's got a little sentimental touch to him. I can see him getting Samaje the ball in a big spot. Or just like to score a touchdown. I think they're going to score like a decent amount of touchdowns. I don't think this game's going to be close. I was thinking I just want to get spicy because I'm taking an alternative Bengals spread for sure. The one we were talking about yesterday. Shelly, I will call you back. All right, hold on. We're going through this. This is good. Sienna +9. If I gun to my head, I'll take Sienna +9. Gun to my head. Just because I think like talent-wise, that's not as big a disparity. Plus baked in home, which is going to be overrated in the mat. I guess that's going to be. Well, why are they giving so much then? You're not giving anything, really? 9? 9 seems like a lot. I don't know. It is scary. Sienna, it's scary as shit. Tukey, it's scary, but that almost makes me like want it. Like it's like, because scary. I mean, that's where the investment's supposed to be, right? Like you're not supposed to feel like this is a lock of the year because it fucking on the lock of the year. It's supposed to be. You got to see both sides of your coin. Okay. But they got Fox, De'Aaron Fox. Yo, you need to get rid of De'Aaron Fox. I'm sorry, but just watching him at the ends of games, I can't do it. Cavs are the best ATS. Yeah, I mean, people are underrating how that Cavs team, now that they have LeVert, I think could be a real problem. Not this year. We still got some more. We need to build out other things. But I think a big part of it is Kevin Love. I watched like preseason stuff on it, and the way like that organization, all the younger players on the team literally refer to Kevin Love as Big Bro. Like I saw some interview, I don't know if anybody else saw, but like Channing Frye and was interviewing whatever podcast he does now, was interviewing Evan Mobley before the year. And like he was talking about, he was like, I don't know what he said, but he's like, oh, is Kevin Love coming? You've gotten to hang out with him. And he was like, and Evan Mobley was like, oh no, but I can't wait to meet Big Bro. And it was like, oh shit. And then Channing Frye was like, oh, he's the nicest guy in the world. Make sure you get his number and just blow him up and stuff. He's the coolest guy in the world. And with the mental health issues and shit that Kevin Love has gone through and been open about and shit, he's probably the fucking best mentor in the world. I'm sure that is some correlation. Apparently, like Darius Garland was already having Mobley over like fucking his first or second day into town. He was going over his house like every day and shit. That's the kind of shit that builds championships and stuff about like that. I'm serious about Pacers money line. Yeah, I'm serious about Pacers money line. Wait, no, I lean that way. I don't know if I'm definitely taking it yet. It feels wide as shit. I like Cleveland and everything, but aren't we working so back to the theory about how when it's a player's first game in and stuff, aren't we working in? That's why I had to check. Are we working in LeVert? Because if we're working in LeVert, then yeah, I am serious about it. Bro, chill out. Hold on. All right, let's do that one now, actually. Because, yeah. All right, let's do this one now. No Garland, no Markkanen. So first of all, we got the poopy guards, and if we have to work LeVert in and all the extra shots and shit he's going to be taking, yeah, I'll basically take anybody at this price. Is Halliburton playing? Can somebody please check for me if Halliburton's playing, and I'll get to these other ones. And then I'm going to be small on Whitaker, I think. Now, so I got a problem with Whitaker. Did anybody see the media day face-off? I'm still waiting on ceremonial face-offs. If anybody saw the media day face-off, if Halliburton's playing, I'm going to have a little bit of Pacers money line. Just a nibble. Just a nibble of Pacers money line. Just a tiny little thing. Because I'm not a big – I like Karis LeVert, but, like, him working in and stuff and all the shitty mid-range jump shots and shit he's going to take, and if Halliburton just says, fuck you to the world. I love – dude, Halliburton's like, I don't know how you can make that trade. Halliburton, to me, is like one of the most promising young players in the game, and he's been slept on everywhere he's been. Do you guys know that fucking Tyrese Halliburton was playing his senior season at Iowa State with a bunch of nobodies? They were all children who kind of sucked, and they were like last in the Big 12. Nobody gave a shit. He was playing with like a broken hand. He had like a club on his fucking hand. It was like the craziest thing I've ever seen, trying to lead these kids. And like he was playing, like falling apart on the court for nothing. The team sucked so bad. He was leaving everything out there every night. Bro, Tyrese Halliburton is a real one. That was a crazy fucking trade. Absolutely psycho. Who else is on them? Buddy. I like O'Shea Brissett. Is Terry Taylor going to play? Terry Taylor's tough as shit. What do you mean who else is on them? Duarte? It's just we have a bunch of guards. Yeah, Miles Turner is out. For sure. Yeah, but I think they could score with them. Why can't they score with them? I'd like to see Terry Taylor playing because at least he can be like annoying. That would be nice. Okay, let's go. Let's see what else is in NBA. And if I missed your question, sorry. I gotta get back up to the front. I don't know about the over/under in Akron, Kent State, but I just can't touch. I know Akron should win that. Kent State's not trustworthy in this spot. I know Sincere Carey is not trustworthy in this spot. That's the info I can give on this. I've watched enough Sincere Carey throughout his entire career since he was a freshman, and I can tell you that he's not trustworthy with your money in this particular spot against a hot Akron team. That's what I can tell you. But I like Kent State in a lot of spots, and they have the athleticism advantage, and I think they definitely have a lot of sharp money, but it doesn't matter. Okay, let's see. UConn breakdown. I think it boils down to inside advantage and how the hell can you trust Xavier right now? You need Paul Scruggs to have the kind of game that he hasn't shown to be able to have in forever. Halliburton was crying when he got traded. He really wanted to build in Sacramento. I know. That's how much he cares. He's willing to fucking do it there. That's what kind of guy he is. But he also know what we know in how special Davion Mitchell is. Davion Mitchell is unbelievably special. Wait, the comments aren't showing on this. Oh, shit. Josh Weintraub. My bad, brother. I see you now. He is playing slam and is over. Sitting at 16.5, 16.5 points for Tyrese Halliburton. I might take that at a pure principle to the world and to back him after that's crazy to me. But I think Davion Mitchell, like if he gets a hold of a team and people actually let him build and like be the main point guard and like the main alpha guy, he is. Davion Mitchell is. When I did my mock draft and shit, he was number one. I think I had him number one, Scotty Barnes number two or something. But I think Davion Mitchell can be like unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. He's such a winner. He's such a leader. He's fucking amazing. I love him. Brogdon game time decision. If we have Brogdon and Halliburton, give me a little Terry Taylor, the old Austin PA guy. Fucking Austin PA last night. I hope Izzy is my favorite fighter, but Rob is definitely the guy at middleweight. Dude, I think I wanted Rob Whitaker really bad until I saw that freaking face-offs. Like, dude, yeah, he looked like he'd like lost already. He looked like scared. He looked like a corpse. He was standing there just like a weird pale smile on. I was like, dude, you look like you're like gonna die or something. Like, I literally thought it was the corpse of Rob Whitaker, not him. It was scary. Should I make a bet on Seton Hall to make the tourney? I'd rather just start slamming my head into the whiteboard behind me. They need to figure out that we talked about this yesterday or the day before. I don't know when we talked about it, but I think that Jared Rhoden is the guy that needs to be the alpha on this team, but I think Bryce Aiken is going to be thinks he needs to be whatever. But there's going to be a lot of matchups you're going to run into where Bryce Aiken is not going to be able to score, and you're screwed. So like Jared Rhoden's the only one you're going to have to like, and then you can work stuff inside, do other things. But you need Jared Rhoden's going to have to be your fuck you bucket guy. And until they figure that out at the end of games and really get that solved, they don't get to go. They just don't get to go where they need to go. Minus 300 is a lot for what? Oh, for Izzy. Yeah, I mean, we can't do Izzy, dude. You can't do Izzy at minus 300, although he looked like a giant that was just going to kick the shit out of a dead guy before. Let me see the bird. It's 2 dogs, guy. Those are my puppies. No birds. Oh, the board. All right. Yeah, I think the Magic will play enough defense. A lot of playing the Jazz is effort. It really is about effort. Like, you got to be able to want to chase those fucking guards around and want to defend Donovan Mitchell and all his shit. Like, it's just, you got to deal with that. I think they're more than willing to do it. Like, Jalen Suggs wanting to play tonight, I think he wants to match up with Davion Mitchell. Like, everybody wants to match up with the overrated Davion Mitchell right now. It's like when they're playing against each other, it's like, and how they do against each other, that's the kind of shit you can use in like, I mean, that's how you get highlights and stuff. Like playing against the Jazz, stuff like that, playing against Davion Mitchell, show out against him. Like, they want to do shit like that. They're going to put him, Anthony, they all play Wagner. They all play at least try hard perimeter defense. That's worth a lot in this matchup. And with Rudy Gobert, like little injury or whatever, you don't have Ingles anymore. Like, you have to work Nickeil Walker-Alexander in. I think there's a lot of angles that could put you on to them. Thunder plus 13. Is Shea still out? Right. I'm not touching the Thunder without Shea against a team I want to invest in Philly. Do we have any others in this? Pacers are too small for Cavs, in my opinion. Yeah, I think I don't want any part of the Pacers spread, but I think there's at least a couple worlds where they can just, I mean, they have like the 3 best guards in this game and can just score a shitload of points. SEMO boys had night out chasing skirt. I don't know. What the fuck? Tim, that's a good question. I would love to find that out one day. That was the worst basketball game by a group of people I've ever seen in my life that I know are capable of so much more. Coach K has stole so many coins from me. Yeah, I mean, that was kind of what we thought, with just the weird vibe that Clemson gave them their best punch, and this was going to be like a Duke version of the game, and it was, where they were just, better, whatever. Although a lot of like ISO buckets and shit, so that could have gone the other way if they were missing those shots. There was a lot of ISO basketball. I didn't like what I was seeing out of Duke in that game, and I thought we would have responded better and blown them out by like 40 fucking points after that hard foul on Wendell Moore. That was bullshit, that David Collins hard foul. I get he came over and said sorry after. Yeah, I didn't like that, man. That's not cool. That's really not cool. Garland is a top 3 guard in this game. I don't know where you're on. Isn't he out? I thought Darius Garland was out, Aaron Holtz. I thought he was out. Akron over. I'm not sure, brother. I just really lean Akron, and that's the vibe I got. I just don't see a ton of value on it. And I feel like it's probably going to end up being a close game that Akron wins. All right. Any other NBA we got to get to real quick? Yeah, I'm riding with the Magic. I am taking the Magic. If there's another one that I like in NBA, I would take the Spurs. I like the Spurs against Atlanta, even though they're missing a few people. The Cavs also are inevitably wildly overrated. So like when I'm taking commodities, all right, Bella, I gotta take her. I'm taking my dog out. Hold on. I want like an overrated commodity. I want to be fading an overrated commodity, which is the Cavs. Inevitably, like the Cavs are getting way overpriced. They shouldn't be 6-7 point favorites on the road. Fucking 6 point favorites on the road. You got some reverse line movement. I mean, for people that care, I don't really, but I just think this is so disrespectful. Oh, Josh, you're the one at Lafayette. Oh, nice, brother. Nice, brother. What you drinking? Mango smoothie. Hornets -7. I think I would lean that way. I kind of like the Montrezl Harrell pickup, even though there's some like defensive matchups where he's just basically useless. What the fuck do I bet? Whoa, you gave me another hat, a purple one? I like purple. I do like Buddy and Duarte, and man, I like Terry, who went to my high school. Yo, Terry Taylor, I like a lot. I feel like Terry Taylor's going to play in the NBA. Taylor's nice. He was really, really good there. Like really, really good. There's enough good teams in Big East so they can get a few quad one wins. Seton Hall is going to make the tournament. I'm just saying they're not going to do shit there. You have to figure that out. That has to be solved. Who's going to be taking the shots at the end of the game, and it needs to be Roden. Jared Roden is like, I don't know if anybody else thinks so. I think Jared Roden's an NBA player. I know we're talking 2-11, but MCU is going to beat Indy tomorrow, money line. I'm going to have to look at that later, dude. My brain is fried. Do you have to take a -7 on Charlotte, by the way? I have like better prices available if you have other places to look. But ooh, they're playing like shite, huh? And they're gonna, I guess maybe they get punished inside. I don't know. 7 with the Hornets? We have to? Is somebody forcing us to take that game? Are they? But I think laying 8 at home with the Hawks is fucking crazy. That seems wild to me. Anybody that trusts that team against like a fire hydrant to win by 8 points, they stink. Just stink at having any level of consistency, anything. I keep coming back to this Garland comment. Is he playing in this game? Northern Kentucky -7. You think? I definitely think so. I think it's going to be really, really, really difficult for Green Bay to score anything. They average like 5 threes a game or something like that, like terribly low. And the perimeter defense on Northern Kentucky is really good. It's going to be really difficult for Green Bay. I think they have like one guy inside who's going to cause like the most minor of issues. But other than that, it's really difficult. So I'm going to sprinkle. I'm only going to take a little bit. But I don't know. I might just end up taking a bunch of free money on the money line because it's literally free. But I'm going to look to live bet. A lot of these are like live bet spots today. I think there might be a little extra work involved in squeezing money at it today. But like there's a million good live betting spots, in my opinion, today. I'm sorry, Scotty Bundles. I'm not as much of a totals guy, and I can't get into it right now. My brain hurts. And I really want to get to UFC, and then I want to talk Bengals Super Bowl stuff really quick. Because I want to take an alternative spread there because I think the Bengals are just going to run through their faces. I feel it more and more by the day that they're just going to, I think they're going to win by like 17 or more. I really do. Okay. Yeah. Overvalued Cavs, in my opinion. Do we have anything else on this board? I would lean Celtics. Okay. UFC 271. 271. My favorite picks. Obviously, Jared Cannonier. We're going to keep seeing Brunson money right in. We're taking Jared Cannonier. I don't care what the faceoffs look like. I don't care if Jared Cannonier falls down into a fetal position when they see each other. Tailor-made person to beat Derek Brunson because of the patience, if anything else. If the Titans can get 9 sacks, what do you think the Rams D-line is going to do? I think they're a much different D-line. I think they're a wildly different D-line. They're built more on like speed than just brute force power rushing, which is what the Titans do. I don't think they have nearly the success. If I could make a defense to beat the Bengals, I would make the Titans defense. If you look at the Bengals O-line, they're not big. That was the biggest problem with that matchup. I mean, Simmons was just in the backfield. Autry's just, I mean, they're huge people. I mean, they're huge, fast guys. It's different. I don't think, I mean, yeah, they're going to cause problems. Every single team has caused problems this year. But if there's a guy who's going to scheme against it, no McVay, and then McVay's not going to be able to adjust once they start scheming against it, it's Zach Taylor, and it's the Bengals. Joe Burrow has had to be silky Joe Shiesty in the pocket all season. He's going to continue to do so. It's just the way it's going to go. The biggest problem is the Rams' inability. We're just moving right into it. We're going to come back to UFC. The biggest problem in this game, I think, is going to be the Rams' inability to score. How the fuck are the Rams? Let's start with that. How do the Rams score on this? Let's start with the run game. One of the props I was looking at. Rams under in the rushing. I don't think they're going to be able to rush the ball at all. The Bengals have pretty good linebackers, and look, they have two of the best. The Titans couldn't run on the Bengals. And they have a big old line. They're not going to be able to rush on BJ Hill and DJ Reader. BJ Hill and DJ Reader are scary good. Scary good. If you're like a Giants fan or something like that, you've gotten to watch extended BJ Hill. He's in my division. I'm a Cowboys fan. I've watched tons of BJ Hill. He is a very, very good player against the run. DJ Reader is a very, very good player against the run. DJ Reader gets paid a lot of money. A lot of money. Plus Cannonier is a 3-round fight, going to be a different beast, going to be a clinic. Bro, and he's got patience. It's all about the patience. Look at the people that Brunson's been beating. Fucking Heinisch, no patience, no fucking fight IQ. Edmund Shabazian, no patience, no fucking fight IQ. Darren Till, no patience, no fucking fight IQ. Kevin Holland, no patience, no fucking fight IQ. They all rocked him and then just put themselves in the worst position and didn't even try and defend takedowns. It's going to be a clinic. Like you saw Jared Cannonier almost put out Gastelum with that crazy shot. That puts out how many people, that uppercut. And Gastelum somehow snapped back away when his head hit. Oh, shit. We went to 20%. Snapped back his head when his head hit the canvas and woke back up. Cannonier just backed off and was like, dude, I'm going to win. Wait, Zach Lewis, fade Fabio Chiron. I'm telling you, free money. He trains with my friends at the same gym. He's a bum. Fuck. I was thinking maybe Fabio Chiron. Damn it. I was thinking maybe Fabio Chiron because, dude, Alberg is like a model / rugby player / UFC guy who's basically shown he doesn't have very good fight IQ and only has striking. Doesn't Fabio Chiron have some pretty good BJJ? Zach Lewis, we need your input here, Zach. This is some good inside information. Let's talk about this. Bro, explain the UConn bet. Fucking Xavier's a dumpster fire and they have a huge inside advantage. As long as they got to hit a couple threes from Poly. And they're good 3-point shooters. They haven't been hitting threes at all recently. So maybe we have some positive variance there as opposed to the fucking terrible shooting everybody we bet on has fucking had lately because nobody can hit a jump shot any time recently. Yeah, I think Brunson, if he doesn't get knocked out, it will be just such a landslide. I think that is a tailor-made. If I could pick a guy to beat Brunson because it's the patience, because he doesn't care about he's just I need to win at all costs at this point because I need the money for my fucking family and all my obligations. He needs a title shot. He's going to win this fight. There's literally no way Cannonier loses this fight. I don't see how it happens. I mean, anything can happen, obviously, but I think he wins this a scary high percentage of the time. Sorry, man. He's from my dad's town. Fabio has decent fight IQ, but he has no ability to withstand hits, and the issue is his lack of winning. He has to be defeated. He had 3 fights and hasn't made it out of the first round. I know, man, but he's fighting like the William Knight one. I thought he would have won the William Knight fight if he hadn't gotten caught rushing and right up against the fence like that with that little left hook. Because William Knight was hurt and I thought Sherrod was clearly winning that fight or on the way to win that fight. Didn't you pick Peterson last week? I did. I felt like I got fucking robbed. But when you miss fucking weight and the judges don't want to, I honestly thought Peterson, I don't know how, he knocked him down a million times. Isn't it about damage? He just kept knocking him down. I thought that was ridiculous. Did anybody else think Steven Peterson won that fight? I don't know. Trayshawn Gore was a bad pick. I picked him. That was a bad pick. That was a bad pick on my part. Okay, Cooper Kupp. Let's go. We're flying in and out of things. Cooper Kupp. If I could pick, the Bengals have the best secondary in football. They have the best secondary in football. We know this. I bet Peterson, I was sure he lost. Really? Really? We had all the damage and knockdowns and stuff. Really? I didn't think so. Just from what I was pretty sure he won. I was like shocked when he lost, but I don't know. Let's talk. Ramsey. I mean, Jalen Ramsey, do we not remember like a little bit before? I get Von Miller makes a difference. Do we not remember like halfway through the season when like the Cardinals were putting up like 40 on the Rams and everybody like the Lions are putting up a ton of yards on the Rams and are like, they're like everybody's just downfield passing wide open. Like Jalen Ramsey, people a lot of forget is a very volatile guy. No, I'm not a Bengals fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. All the damage he couldn't even see by round 2. He's got a lot of scar tissue. I don't know. Sherpy. I guess we see different worlds. A lot of people I know thought Peterson won as well. Especially at plus 260, the implied odds. So I think he had a little bit better chance than like 30% chance of winning that fight. Okay. No, I'm not a Bengals fan at all. Literally at all. Oh, nice. The person who's got the Bengals Super Bowl future. Yeah, first of all, let's talk about the Bengals secondary because actually matchup wise, they have the perfect matchups. Cooper Kupp, a lot of it is how smart he is and how well he runs routes and everything. Mike Hilton is the best nickel corner in the NFL, hands down. It's literally hands down. At Higbee, red zone Higbee, that's a problem, right? That you got to check off the board. Trey Flowers, just like he came up big against Kelsey, like we said he would in a couple key spots, will come up big against Higbee in this game. We have the 2 best safeties in the league. We have Ricardo Allen as a 3rd safety. This is the best secondary in the league. Trey Flowers is awesome. And he comes up in big spots. You saw him do it at Oklahoma State too. He comes up in good spots. Bates is fucking amazing. Bates and Von Bell are playing at a freakishly high level right now. I think this is like a Awuzie is going to be on, or Eli Apple. Dude, Eli Apple has oven mitts for hands, but he's playing good coverage right now. Like the actual coverage, like everybody's talking about the missed interception at the end. How about the tackle on fucking Tyreek? How about that tackle? Pretty damn big tackle. He's playing some pretty damn good football. Yeah, I mean, Eli's always going to be, but he's playing overall. It's a good game. They're playing. Dude, Rams is the lock of the century. Don't fall into the hype. I feel like the Rams are the hype. I don't know, man. I honestly, from that standpoint, and then on the other end, I think Chase is he's gonna burn him at some point. And the other thing is like people forget how good Tyler Boyd is. Tyler Boyd is a very, very high level receiver. T. Higgins is a very high level receiver. I don't even see how this game is close. Because the biggest thing is the adjustments. Zach Taylor's going to have a game plan where he's going to be working different things in and have like an actual like have misdirection and like layers to a game plan. And freaking Sean McVay has shown an inability to adjust and an inability to prepare for big games. Like that last Super Bowl, he made an unbelievable amount of mistakes against a team that they had way more talent than last time. They didn't get it done last time. They're not going to get it done this time. I hate to break it to you. The league needs the Rams to win. Dude, it doesn't matter. This matchup is so – Sean McVay is not a better coach than Zach Taylor. Look at the second half adjustments Zach Taylor has made all season. He might look stupid. I think it's his face that's making you say that, Yogi Yeti. It's your face. It's his face. That's what's making you say that. He's not, because look at their second half adjustments all season. They've been a great second half team. DK has Bengals win, Burrow over 60 yards, and Chase TD at plus 750. Will the baller? They have some shit like this on this back page. That feels like they're just taking value from you on parlays. Just like play them individually if you like it. Taylor changed the locker room. Dude, he's going around the city handing out game balls, shit like that. They have unbelievable leadership on that team. And, bro, at this point, what more do you need to see that Joe B is that guy? We have so many intangibles. We have the Harambe angle. We have the Kid Cudi angle. We got the year of the Tiger. It's like the stars have aligned. Most of all, if you trust Matt Stafford, I wish you a good journey down the river. because I've watched that guy for, I don't know if you've been watching football for 12, 13, 14, 15. I mean, did you watch the Calvin Johnson era? Did you watch that? Did you watch Calvin Johnson play football? That was the best football thing that's ever walked, Calvin Johnson. And he took them nowhere with that guy. Matt Stafford is who Matt Stafford is. He's going to make a wide open downfield throw, and it's going to look good because the spiral looks good. He's also going to miss the like very key check down, like just easy swing pass for the first down that you absolutely have to have. And he's going to sail the guy by like 3 feet, and he's going to go, oh man, Matt Stafford. Like, it's just nobody would win in Detroit, not with that team they used to have. That Calvin Johnson team was a pretty decent team. No way. What did you think about betting the Stanford pick? I thought Stanford was a good pick last night. They shot an unbelievably poor percentage from 3 and an even worse percentage on like the little pull-up twos and stuff by Ingram that rimmed out. How many ones rimmed out? They got a lot of offensive rebounds. And I thought like the quality of shot that like Harmon on like the pull-up fadeaway shit, the quality of shot difference was wild between Stanford and Oregon. Oh, you're talking about Stafford. What do I think about betting Stafford pick? Man, I really went off a little angle there. I am a silly guy. Thanks, Vegas. Life is great. That's a great compliment. I appreciate that. You're comparing the Lions to the Rams. I'm comparing coming through in big games and winning. Winning isn't – I'm confused at why people – like, do you look who wins championships year after year after year? It's fucking winners. It's the same guys. It's winners every time. People that have won at some point in their career before. It's generally not just like a random fucking like Tom Brady wins over and over and over again. Like, these people just win. The winners win. Matt Stafford's never won anything before because I've watched him make mistakes in big games over and over and over again. So now I'm going to expect, because do you forget that the Bengals are going to put pressure on him? This isn't going to be like some super easy walk in the park where he's just standing back there hitting guys 20 yards open downfield. He's going to have to work his dick off for this. They're not going to be way open downfield. These are, if I could really tailor draw a defense up for this offense, it would almost be this defense. The Bengals have a really good defense. People are underrating how good their defense is. And without running the ball really well, which they're not going to do on BJ Hill and DJ Reader, bro, he doesn't throw people open. He doesn't do all these other things. I'm saying since he's going to win. Yeah, I definitely taken Cincy. I'm going to keep waiting because more Rams money is coming in. I'm definitely going to take the Bengals minus 7.5 at +4 in the +400s. Willie the Baller hasn't lost a playoff game since the state championship in 2014. Yes, sir. And did you see the post-game interview for that with his bleach blonde hair crying, saying it was the worst feeling in the world? Bro, that's the kind of man that doesn't lose again. Rams defense wins this game easy. Rams cover. I'm so shocked that you're so confident in guys like Jalen Ramsey. I love Jalen Ramsey, but he's a volatile young man. So I don't know, man. That wide receiving core, the brains between him and Taylor, and the man, Joe Burrow's just that guy. It's the sacrifice and stuff like that. Like, it's not born out of nothing. Like, have you heard the stories of the Bengals all season coming in for extra practices, the secondary holding weekly practices on Tuesday mornings, like where they're all like every single person on the secondary? It's not a surprise Eli Apple's playing better assignment football than he normally does. No, it's not perfect, but he's playing better because they're holding extra practices, shit like that. You hear about Joe Burrow in college holding spring practices, like during the spring, players-only practices that they're holding, and the recruits coming in, and Ed Ogeron being surprised to see like him, Patrick Queen, Jamar Chase, these guys leading practices on their own. This isn't born out of the sky. It's the same kind of shit you hear, like Tom Brady texting like fucking his wide receivers before game day, like before the Super Bowl, like, yo, the guy covering you has weak ankles. We're going to fucking, it's like, this is how you win. You fucking try harder, you work harder, and you put more effort and sacrifice in than other people. It's not like it's just Cup is not. If Cup, I'm playing another prop I was looking at. I don't know what it's at now, but I had Cup. I didn't want to do the no touchdown because maybe he gets a late one, but maybe the Cup under on yards, if it's like over 100, Cup's not getting 100 yards on Mike Hilton. Cup getting 100 yards on the best nickel corner in football. I don't know, man. I don't think he does that 60% of the time or whatever it's going to justify for you to make a decent sized bet on that. Maybe if you want to nibble on it or something. He has been doing it all year. He hasn't been doing it against the best nickel corner in football all year. Do people know how good Mike Hilton is? Is that a thing? We know, right? Like we definitely know how good Mike Hilton is, right, guys? Because he's a very good football player. He is a very, very high-level football player. Yeah, the guy from the Steelers. Yeah, he is an unbelievably high-level football player. We have the best safety combo. I just don't think this is real. Dude, and you have, like, in case things Cook gets a lot of missed tackles. Bro, we tackle well. The Bengals tackle well. Hilton is a sure tackler. Exactly. Dude, we all are sure tacklers. This is a sure tackling defense. This is a very high level defense. I think I'm not sure people know. I just feel like people don't know. I would be very surprised if you could take that to the bank from me. I would be extremely surprised if Cooper Kupp has over 100 receiving yards in the Super Bowl. Move from the whiteboard, please. All right. That's fair. Is there anything else we need to talk about on the Super Bowl? Because you guys kind of, I think, understand my perspective. I would be shocked if I don't want to put too many restrictions because I'm going to have such a big Bengals money line bet, and then I'm going to add a decent amount at -7.5 at +425. I don't know. This -13.5 at +650. I want to bet on a Bengals route because I really think they're going to be a route. I just don't see the Rams scoring many points in this game. I think people are going to be shocked about how difficult it is for Matt Stafford to pass on this defense without a really consistent running threat as the game goes on. I really do think because they're not going to have the separation. People are just getting so used to OBJ and Cooper Kupp running by themselves downfield. That's like the imprint in people's head where it's just like, oh, by myself, what a catch. Or like an OBJ could just fall down in a little pocket somewhere by himself. People are getting real used to that shit. I just don't fucking foresee that happening. O-line's bad. Their O-line's been bad all season. They're in the Super Bowl. They just beat the Titans, who have a way worse defensive line matchup. Bucs and Niners both have good defenses. The Bucs and Niners both also gave them the game and decided that they were good on it. TTL 27-27, my brother. What's it called? We'll go back to NCAB for you. I think like in my head, that line should be like -3. I think -2.5, -3, like any other time. So like you're paying peak value, but I can't trust Bonnie's as far as I can throw him. So it's like almost in my head like a Maryland last night where it's like the line's wrong, but the line's wrong because the commodity on one side 50% of the time kick it out of their own fucking way. So that's how I feel about that game. I really think the Bucs and the Niners both gave those games away. Like, how the hell did the Niners lose that game? How many opportunities did they have to just not fall backwards into their own shit? It's like, just get out of the pile of shit. Just stop waiting around in the pile of shit on the floor. Like, just clean it up. Or, like, don't even clean it up, but just walk away. Like, anything. I felt so bad for Debo. Debo's awesome, and he puts everything out there. It's really – I mean, you can't win with Garoppolo. It was like how far into that game until you started feeling like, oh, man, Garoppolo's just – he's so scared. He's so fucking scared. The college is heavily divided in college ball. You got any thoughts about fading the public? I don't we've talked about this before, but all of those those concepts, all of them infer like contrarian angles. You always generally want to be contrarian in a market, right? Like not everybody wins. Most people lose. That's just kind of a concept in any market anywhere ever. But a lot of this has to assume market efficiency. So like as long as you understand why line movements are taking place, like is it algo people? Is it a team like Drake where algo people will always love them? So like Missouri State the other night where we take Missouri State against them, even though the line's moving against us and continue to move against us after the wreck, it's like, well, everybody loves Drake. Every algo guy in the world loves Drake. So as long as you know why money's going, or like why all the public's on a certain guy, like maybe a certain UFC fighter where it's like, well, the public's on Sean O'Malley. It's like, well, I can kind of explain why the public's on Sean O'Malley. So as long as you can explain things, but the core of it assumes, like the core contrarian kind of plays assume market efficiency. Like there has to be some level of market efficiency there, which I don't believe for a lot of sports markets right now because of the heavy money influxes, especially from places like Asia, which we started to see maybe 3-4 years ago at this point. Guys like them just throwing like hundreds of thousands of dollars on games that with no fucking edge, like definitely the wrong side. Especially like I can confirm for you because I track it myself. And I've shared it before. I can't keep doing it every time where it's not fun when I do it, but you can fade line movement in UFC to a very profitable extent. Very, very profitable extent. Okay. Have I missed anything? Okay, you want to do UFC? Because I feel like I've gotten the Bengals thing across, and anybody that's Rams is probably pretty stuck in their toes, stuck in their heels. Xavier, I can't do Xavier, brother. The two talking about Xavier since we got back to it for a second, then we're going to move on to UFC. I just can't do Xavier because they're playing like absolute dog shit, and I can't trust them at all. Paul Scruggs is playing terrible. They have an awful coach, like an absolutely awful coach, and they're playing awful. A tight game against Seton Hall doesn't mean anything. Seton Hall stinks. Seton Hall's terrible right now. So that doesn't mean anything. Two poopies, you play close, and you had to come back in the game. Like, it just doesn't mean anything to me. Okay, UFC real quick. Favorite plays. We've talked about Cannonier. Really, really, really like Cannonier. I'm leaning. I don't know whether I want to take him yet. I'd like to see a little bit better price, but I think Alexander Hernandez is going to knock out Moicano. Moicano's been like stumbled and looked like absolutely terrified on the feet. He's been knocked out in like 3 of his last 4, 3 of his last 5 fights, and the last 3 of his last 5. But last one, he like basically got half knocked out on the feet and looked scared shitless. And luckily, got Herbert lower fight IQ, lower experience to the ground. Dude, Alex Hernandez first round KO is like scary high percentage in my head. But I don't know. Moicano looks like fearful to be on the feet with people. And Hernandez at least is rolling with a lot of really good people. They're setting Alex Hernandez up to win in the spot, like 1,000,000%. Setting Alex Hernandez to win this spot. Whether he gets there or not, they put him on the main card, like way up near the big guys. This is an Alex Hernandez. They want him to win. Kyler Phillips, Bobby Green. I'm going to fade both. I'm fading both, dude. I want let's do Bobby Green first because I recently watched the UFC Origins thing on him. I don't know if anybody else watched that on YouTube, but he has a really cool story. I like everything about it. Yeah, I love Bobby Green, dude. It's really hard to hate him, and I love how he seems to try and like semi have a good message for the kids. But it wasn't that long ago where Bobby Green, now he's like doing this whole narrative where he's like, yo, I love the UFC. Like they paid for the funeral for my brother and everything, which is a really nice thing, all that stuff. But like a couple of years ago when I started watching UFC, he was always yelling about the UFC and post fights and shit, and about like how these split decisions are bullshit and they hate me and all this other stuff. We don't get paid enough. And I'm like, are you all right? Like you're near, like it's kind of weird. And biggest thing is I think they're setting him up to get his fucking head knocked off if you watch him fight against any southpaw, because he's not gonna. I really think Nazareth, we're getting a good price on him because he was just a complete mess, and for some reason he couldn't fathom that fucking Hooker was going to try and wrestle him last fight, and the stuff after his mom. UFC is the best sport to bet on. I'm sure. He is gonna. Who, Nazareth took the fight on short notice? I'm not sure about, or Bobby Green. No, I think if you watch Bobby Green's media day conference and he's talking about it, and he's talking about standing up and banging, I feel like the UFC almost told him, we need you to get in a stand-up board with Nazareth and get knocked the fuck out. I almost feel like he knows. I feel like the ceremonial weigh-ins tonight are going to confirm it. But if you watch the fights against Poirier and you watch the fights against, I watched the fight with him and another one, bro, he doesn't have as good a time boxing with southpaws. And Nazareth's it's like tailor-made for a left hand down the pipe to knock him out. who is the fucking other one? Alan Patrick. If you watch that, Francisco Trinaldo. Watch those two fights. If you're gonna take Bobby Green, watch the Francisco Trinaldo and the Dustin Poirier fights. If you still want to take them, Kyler Phillips, I'm fading because I think if you watch Kyler Phillips' transformation, I don't know, for somebody I know had a really big bet on him against Paiva. We took Paiva against him last time out, partly because he had a terrible weight cut. I still have to watch weigh-ins after this. So I'm 1,000% going to post a UFC video on YouTube tonight. Like 1,000% I'll follow up. Dude, this guy he has cardio problems because he used to be a little bit of a fat kid. Not like a little bit of an unathletic fat kid kind of thing. Like if you watch his body transformation through however much, I don't think he's ever going to have a ton of cardio for the kind of like spastic outbursts of volume he does. Victor Henry, the guy that beat Ione Barcelos the other night, fought Kyler Phillips on the regionals, and his like high volume approach broke Phillips later in the fight. And I think Marcelo Rojo can do the exact same thing. People forget about that fight with Jourdain. He was winning that fight short notice, up a weight class in his debut. That was up a weight class. That was up at featherweight. So he had to, Rojo is like the main training partner for Brandon Moreno, and he's a dog. Have you seen anybody see his like regional if you followed him on the regionals, when he wins, he acts like a velociraptor. He's like a little weird velociraptor guy. Yeah, it's the second fight in the UFC. He just had a bunch canceled on him. So that is an annoying part. That would be a downside of Rojo, is that there's a possibility he's been in camp for like a really, really long time because of that. But other than that, there's no way Kyler Phillips should be favored by this much. Dude, look back at him like 4 or 5 years ago or something. Bro, he didn't even look like this. He was like a lot tubbier, stuff like that. He can't deal with the striking volume. I want to see him at weigh-ins, but yeah, there's a chance he can get an early sub, stuff like that. But he didn't sub. I don't know. I think people are highly overrating this kid. I'm sure that they're highly overrating the kid, but I just don't see how he can justify this price with cardio problems. These people with cardio problems. He looks sick at weigh-ins. Kyler Phillips looks sick at weigh-ins. Okay, interesting. I'll post my final confirmations. That kid scared the shit out of me about Fabio Chiron. I was really thinking Fabio Chiron. But I advise you, if you're looking at Kyler Phillips, I would take a look at that because you can find it. It was like Rage in the Cage maybe or something like that. But I would watch the fight with Victor Henry because he gets his back in the first round or whatever, does the same thing where it's tons of output first round, gets his back, and then he kind of gasses a little bit, and the consistent volume later on breaks him. Volume later on will break Kyler Phillips. We've seen it in like tons of fights. But Rojo's not going to do some kind of thing where it's like a versus Song Yadong where we're just going to kind of stay on the outside, pick at each other, thing like that, anything like that. He's going to be coming forward, forcing stuff. I think Phillips is finish or bust at fucking like minus 400. That's crazy to me. Even if he has a high percentage of a finish or bust at minus 400 seems nuts because he's going to get broken late, I think. Okay, so I definitely want to be on Nazareth. I definitely want to be on Cannonier. I definitely want to be on a little bit of Rojo no matter what at the weigh-ins. But if Kyler Phillips didn't look terrible at the last weigh-ins either, but what he did do, you had to watch his body language, but he was like clenching at his sides and shit while walking off the stage, like little things. So I had to watch I had to watch like MMA Junkies, like extended weigh-ins to see that one. I think Mana Martinez almost undoubtedly has value on him, whether he wins or not, against Ronnie Lawrence. I know Ronnie Lawrence has good footwork and is a really good grappler, but Mana Martinez is supposed to have a bunch of good jiu-jitsu, is a really hard hitter for the division, like hits much harder than most other guys at bantamweight. And my mom just got out of the hospital. Wonderful. And he almost undoubtedly is undervalued because his remember his coach died before his last fight, so he was all emotional and shit. He like broke down crying and stuff. Imagine the adrenaline like dump slash like waves slash like the weird shit he was probably thinking like halfway through that fight. And to be able to pull it through versus a vet, even if the guy sucked, I think that still means something. I was kind of semi-impressed by that because going into that, I'm like, your coach just died. This is gonna be terrible for you. This is gonna, if you don't get an early finish, you're fucked. And the fact that he actually like still in the third round, like I was impressed by Mana Martinez. Okay, plug my kicks. You're a regular. I will touch on for you. I think that they care enough to win the game. I think they care enough where they can even win the game. That would be my biggest explanation on it. A lot of facing the Jazz is wanting to chase them around in circles the whole time. If you wanted to run around in circles with them the whole time, chase all the guards around, deal with Donovan Mitchell driving and the pain in the ass that is, then you can fucking, that's all you need. I mean, Gobert's going to be limited, but a lot of it's effort, and the Magic will do that with their young guards. They really will. Wagner, Suggs says he's going to play, wants to play. Anthony, I don't really like Anthony on the offensive end, but he will do that. The Jazz are so overrated, but a lot of it's fucking effort for me. O'Neal by KO, they're definitely setting that up because it should stay on the feet. I feel like she's overrated, though. That Casey O'Neal girl. Man, she's cute, though, huh? I like tattoos on girls. Okay. Let's see. What were the other one? What app do I bet on? Does it work in Cali? Brother, I live in Vegas. So I have like 30 different places to bet, to invest. Because it's like limiting yourself. It's like, would I only go to one? Let's say, like, would you only go to one store? Like, sometimes I go to Trader Joe's. Well, I kind of fucked half the girls in that Trader Joe's, so I can't go to that one. But Sprouts, Whole Foods, which one do you want to go to? You gotta like price shop, whatever. That's a poor example, but being able to shop at multiple places. Like if Amazon only pulled from one vendor, how about that one? Okay. Oh shit! I shot my shot. Tukey, how'd you shoot your shot at Casey O'Neal? I live here. She lives here. Eventually, I got to start doing jujitsu. I have Jazz ML and a ticket. Had to ask. Plug my kicks. Why, brother? Why, brother? The implied odds on it are so crazy. I mean, everybody has their own whatever idea, like process and approach, but. Well, I guess everybody knows how I feel about parlays to begin with. So, I didn't shout. I didn't just talk it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like Casey O'Neal. Wait, so let's go through if I have any other reads for that card. William Knight missed weight by fucking 12 pounds, dude. How crazy is that? They moved the fight up to heavyweight from light heavyweight to heavyweight. That's crazy. And I guess it makes it pretty hard to take William Knight. The combo between that and watching the Dao and Jung fight. If you're thinking William Knight, I'd watch the Dao and Jung fight where he just can't adjust to like a single grappling technique. It's fucking insane. I feel like somebody's getting knocked out in the Wells Blood Diamond fight. I know I already locked him in. Do I think it makes it worse for him? Well, he didn't even try. So that would be a thing. Maybe he knows he would lose because of that grappling and the size, and like Grishin at least can, like in theory, just lay on top of him. So maybe he knows he needed it, doesn't want to get cut or something. But yeah, that's a lot of weight to miss by. He lost 40% of his purse. 40% of your purse is a lot because now you're not eligible for like fight of the night either. You're not eligible. That's what sucked for Steven Peterson more than anything. He was talking all this shit about how Julian Rosa stepped in his DMs and shit. I'm going to make him pay. You made him 100K richer. He got your fight of the night. Yeah, Grishin must be confident, or I don't know if it's weird. It is really weird. Because the Perez, Schnell fight got canceled. So it is weird. Oh shit, we're at 10% left. 10% left. Okay. Not sure about, I don't have a read on Murazov versus Silva de Andrade. I feel like Silva de Andrade is not terrible. Everybody thinks he's going to get grapple fucked. I don't want anything to do with this Dobson guy, although, like, you know, he seems like he could be special maybe, but that Malkoun guy is elite at something, and it's grappling, and the other guy's debuting. I'm not doing that. Yeah, Schnell. Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I don't know why that one got canceled. I really thought I was going to take a shot on Fabio Chiron. That guy saying that makes me really want to not take him if he sucks. But if you watch Fabio Chiron's pre-UFC tape, it's actually not bad. That's why I'm surprised, because he doesn't like suck. And I thought he was going to beat William Knight. I thought he was on his way to beating William Knight before he lost, before he got knocked out. Like, I think if that fight continues like another like 3 minutes or something, Fabio Chiron knocks him out. So it's like a flash knockout there. And then Alonzo Menifield has like so much age, like size, like he had such a big advantage in that matchup that it was like, man, did he come in here saying to fade him? Yes, he said to fade Chiron. That's what's scary. I feel like this is a tailor-made matchup for Jared Bandera. I don't know whether he gets the win, but it's a tailor-made matchup. I feel like he probably won't, because RJ Arlovsky really I don't know, but it's like tailor-made, just standing up and you have volume. You should be like a younger version of the guy. Shouldn't it be like a Jamal Hill versus OSP fight, but maybe because he can't knock him out, he doesn't have actually the ability to knock him out. Arlovsky just ends up winning. Yeah, Arlovsky is a legend. I'm not going to fade him. I did last time with Carlos Felipe. I'm not fucking doing that again. That was stupid. I'm not doing that again. I like Nasrat. They're clearly, in my opinion, if you watch tape, clearly, in my opinion, setting up Alex Hernandez and Nasrat to win. Like, clearly, like just from fight tape too, because Moicano has just been scared to be on the feet after getting knocked out so many times, like brutally in so many fights recently. He's literally against Jai Herbert. He looked shit scared. He looked like happy he won shit scared. And he got rocked a bunch of times. And now Alex Hernandez just be like semi-patient, and you should just flatline him now. And they're literally put you on the spot in the card. Like, they're putting Nasrat, they move them both to the main card. They're like, sacrifice fucking Bobby Green, sacrifice Renato Moicano. That's how it feels to me. I'm definitely going to be on both of them. I got to watch the Kyler Phillips thing for weigh-ins, because I don't trust that kid. I don't trust that kid. And Alex Hernandez is better than Herbert, in my opinion. I think he has a better body type, too. Like, his body type more resembles Fiziev and where stuff's going to be coming from. Not only that, but then he also has the grappling defense that's better than Herbert. So, like, it's just both facets. I like Hernandez better than Jai Herbert from that perspective. And I thought they probably thought that was why they did the Herbert fight. They're either like, we can get this Herbert fuck out of here, or what's it called? We could just feed Moicano to somebody after this fight. Like the Chidi Njokuani one. I feel like they're like setting up from a defensive striking standpoint. They're like setting up the same thing, and then they're just going to feed the Chidi Njokuani to somebody later. But Bobby Green, it's important if you're taking Bobby Green, in my opinion, because you see the money coming in on Nasrat, and I think it's for very good reason in this one. If you watch him versus Southpaws, not only you're going to have all the model people and stuff on him, because like volume, not volume, but like age with the like amount of damage absorbed from Bobby Green and shit. Like, a Nasrat still puts out high volume. I think they probably both put out 5+ significant strikes a minute. Yeah, they do. And the grappling, Bobby Green's not gonna like grapple fuck his way to a win here. There's no way he's gonna do that. After getting a knockout recently and then going toe-to-toe with Fiziev, talking all this stuff at Media Day about how he's the fans guy and he doesn't go and lay and prey on people. I'm either going to suplex him on his head or fucking stand there and bang. You're going to stand there and bang and get knocked out. I mean, he's susceptible. I think they watched the same Poirier tape and the same Francisco Trinaldo tape I watched, and I think he's going to get knocked out. Dude, Nasrat's dangerous as fuck on the feet. If you listen to Hooker's post-fight shit about him, he was like super respectful of Nasrat on the feet. And that like wasn't even Nasrat, like a real Nasrat that fought Hooker. That was just like, a one-off thing. I'm taking Whitaker or nothing, but I really advise people to go look at the fucking the face-offs. Whitaker looked like a corpse. Did anybody see that at the Media Day face-offs? I'm excited for ceremonial face-offs, which should be in a few hours, right? But did anybody see Robert Whitaker at the press way things? He looked like a dead man. It was like scary. It was like, he was so pale and like had his hands clasped in front, just like, That would be really, really scary. Oh my God, it just happened. It streamed 7 minutes ago. Fuck, I gotta go watch this shit. I'm excited. I will 1,000% make a video tonight. I know I say a lot of shit, but I'm gonna make a fucking UFC video tonight. I'll put it on like YouTube and I'll clip it on here, but I'll keep it like a nice, concise thing where it's just like 15 minutes. Don't waste anybody's fucking time and just put all the finals in. Yeah, he looked like he lost already. Lens would design. Say, dude, that's what I thought. And I thought, like, mentally, I watched all the interviews leading up. I've watched this one more than any. And like Izzy sound like him and his coaches who are very like candid. Like if you watched any of the Volkanovski interviews where he talks about Holloway, Behrman always talks about how it's they're best with the first time they're game planning for someone, and it's harder and harder each time for their camp. Stuff like that. You saw when he fought Jan, they were both saying, like, I don't know why Jan's such a big underdog. This is a close fight, like saying shit like that. So it wouldn't be as embarrassing, I guess, theoretically for Izzy. I don't know what is going on in his head, but he had some weird vibes about him on all this, the Combat TV or whatever Australian channel follows him. I was watching those and I was like, oh shit, this is a Whitaker spot. I want the Whitaker spot so bad. Up against the fence, Izzy always gives those openings. Nobody's really capitalized yet, like by really hitting him with like a hard overhand right as he moves along the fence. There's so many more openings there. People are too respectful in that particular space, I feel. And just Whitaker fought the worst fight plan ever last time and still was having success in the first round before getting, that initial check hook or whatever that started the whole thing. And then he lost, obviously. But yeah, Robert Whitaker looked totally, I agree. It was just like he looked like, and the weird smile he had on after he turned and they were to the audience, and it was like just like, are you dead? Like, is this you or is this like, I don't know. I think Derek Lewis, Tai Tuivasa is really, really interesting because obviously we have the component of Derek Lewis coming back home to maybe lose again in front of, like he said, the lights were too much for him against Gane in his hometown, the pressure, whatever. So he takes this one to do it again. Kind of weird. Maybe you want to get the beast off your shoulders, whatever. I got to say, press conference face-off, he looked a little bit like twitchy. It's a little bit like, and Tai Tuivasa called it out on his Instagram. I don't know if anybody else follows Bam Bam's Instagram, but he called it out and was like, fucking like, hey buddy, like he knows what's going down. And Tai Tuivasa was just standing there, hands clasped behind his back, just like, let's fucking go. He's got the leg kicks. He's more technical. It scares me that almost like a similar thing with Daukaus. Remember Chris Daukaus last time? I thought Daukaus was going to win, but what I underestimated, I thought he'd be smart enough to only stay in the pocket for a little bit, not just like actually try and clinch and hang on and or fucking really stay. He stayed in the pocket way too long. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, Chris. Terrible. Like, I don't know. But Tai Tuivasa likes to get in the pocket. He likes to get in the pocket. So that's scary. That's scary for Tai Tuivasa on my that's if that one can go either way, because I can also see Tai Tuivasa knocking him out. Like if Lewis is tentative and shit again, and Tuivasa like hacks a couple leg kicks, so then Lewis gets kind of like over aggressive and thinks he has to do something, or if the crowd's if Tuivasa just says fuck this, the slowest pace fight ever, doesn't throw anything, just stays out of the way, the crowd starts booing and shit, and Lewis has to like lunge in, overextend or something. There's a lot of mental things that I can see going wrong for Derek Lewis that can put him in a bad spot as well. So I can see both guys putting themselves in really bad defensive spots in a heavyweight fight. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do with it. Maybe I haven't watched the embeddeds. Maybe I can watch them and get a little better read, but I didn't think Lewis, like in the last embedded, for the one against Gane, I thought I was like, I think this guy's going to win. So I kind of thought he's going to win. So I think both these guys can get knocked out anytime. UConn or nothing for me for sure, brother. I have like a sprinkle on him. I don't think UConn's that good. I admit, I don't know what happened to Tyrese Martin. Like, just like, I feel like he got worse over the last over long. I feel like he has a nagging injury that's just been going on for years that he won't get fixed. That would explain a lot for me if I found out that about Tyrese Martin. But yeah, I don't think UConn's that good. Xavier is an absolute dumpster fire, and UConn should have a huge advantage inside. What's Paul Scruggs doing? If anybody can find me that information, I will send you money on Venmo. If anybody goes to Xavier and can figure out what the fuck happened to Paul Scruggs, I will pay good money for that. I lean Akron. I think matchup wise, Akron's just playing really good basketball. I bet on Northern Illinois last time out. I don't know whether I was lucky to cover or not. Akron's just playing really, really good basketball from a matchup standpoint. I think I had it. But hitting all their free throws at the end of games, just playing really good basketball. And is Kent State the kind of team I think is going to break it? No. I would probably wait on Akron or try and get a live spot or something. Or I don't know. I mean, you could take Akron. I lean that way for sure. Shit. I lean the Akron way for sure. I just I don't know. This price is not right. Like, we're paying for it. And I think it could be like a one possession game, something like that. Almost reminds me of like a not like an Arkansas State Troy, but like almost in that vein. Like, we're not getting good value, and I don't think Sincere Carry. The best information I can give on that, what I tried to say before, was that my best advice is that I don't think Sincere Carry, I've been following him since he was a freshman at Duquesne or whatever. I don't think Sincere Carry is the kind of guy that like he's always going to be in a high usage spot. And a high usage spot from him, I don't think is what takes down this Akron winning streak and how hot they're playing. I think that's the best advice I can give in that spot. I don't believe in him to get that done. Even though like my like handicapping brain is like talent wise, we should probably like, you can see why a lot of market people are going to go in and jump on Kent State in this spot. Because they have a lot of talent, right? And everybody's back. Santiago's back as the secondary ball handler. Can get carry maybe some spot up shots and stuff, where I actually think he's more effective than playmaking for others, or like his like all the like when he has to penetrate stuff like that. I'm not very confident in him. And then in the front court, you look at like the like wave of guys that Kent State has. So talent for talent, you can see why people are going to take some Kent State, right? They have experience too. Between Jacobs, him, and Carey and stuff for ball handling. NKU, yeah, I just don't see a route to victory. You know, it is difficult. People are shocked by how difficult it is to cover like 7 or more on the road. So that's a sprinkle for me. At 7 or more on the road in college basketball, like, it's a lot of points to cover, but I just don't understand how to wrap around in my head how the fuck Green Bay is going to score in this game. Like, I have no idea. I think there's one front court guy I've been impressed with recently. I think he's young on Green Bay. I can't think of his fucking name. Let me pull him up. But other than that, I mean, they don't shoot threes. They're like physically incapable. They hit like, less than 5 or fucking something per game. And then the perimeter defense on like drives, especially and stuff for NKU, is filthy. I mean, they're really good at that. That's like what they excel at. So I don't know how the hell they're going to score. It's just that's really difficult for me to envision. What the hell is the name of this kid? Because I want to give him his respect. I actually liked him. Is it Clayfin? It might be Clayfin. I don't think he's bad. Yeah, Clayfin. He's a freshman. He's a freshman from I don't mind the McGee kid either, but they're just like two different classes of team. If Northern Kentucky loses today, I will I'm not gonna fucking do it. I will be baffled. It would make no sense for me. 6'6" from Brussels, Wisconsin. I like Ryan Clayfin. We'll keep an eye on you, kid. I like him and McGee. So we'll keep an eye on this team for the future, but they have some ball handling trouble too against this Northern. I mean, this is really difficult. This is really difficult for me to envision. I don't think I talked about Wright State or nothing for me. I don't think you can take Wisconsin. You can't take UW Milwaukee with how much all the rest of the players hate Patrick Baldwin. And if you want to know why, you should just go to the UW Milwaukee, like whatever YouTube page, and go to like over the summer they did like, because they thought there's going to be a bunch of hype this season because they got the top recruit, Patrick Baldwin. I talked about this earlier. Sorry for a repeat for anybody still here. But if you watch, they did like a video series where it was like him coming back from USA Basketball and how excited everybody was supposed to be. And like these weirdly long clips of this, like this whole narrative with it. And it was like, ugh. Like all the players were like, this kid, like this is fucking weird. And it's weird pedestal treatment for one player, like whatever. And it tanked everything this season. Now that he's back, and they actually started to figure out how to play hard and actually have some identity without him. And now he just came back and they're all like, fuck you, guy. That was not to any of you guys, obviously. I hope Xavier doesn't come out. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to, if Xavier just puts all their chemistry problems together like overnight, and Paul Scruggs just says, fuck you, I'm just going to come out and play like I haven't since like 3 months ago, then sure, I'm going to lose. I mean, I don't think UConn, I wanted to hammer this spot, but just UConn isn't that good. So that would be my issue. If UConn was better and didn't rely on like an up transfer point guard to do like basically everything for them, because Tyrese Martin doesn't want to really, I don't know what he's doing anymore. It's like, I'm telling you, Tyrese Martin's like off injured or something. He's been injured for like a season and a half. I don't know what we're finding out, or his body's aging like unbelievably poorly or something. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I have to have some UConn, like out of principle, because I know it's the right spot. Like, it's like out of principle, you got to have some UConn, but maybe Xavier just maybe Xavier puts everything together behind their terrible coach in one day. Because that's something we can all agree on, right? Fucking Travis Steele's a poopy coach. He's terrible. Okay. I feel as though I have wrapped most of this up. I'm feeling pretty good. Any finals? Any finals? What do you mean you had Northern Kentucky? Did it start? Did it start, Wyatt, brother? No, games don't start for a bit. All right. Are we feeling pretty good? Best pick of the day. I don't know. It's a light day. I really like the Magic. I feel like they can win outright. I really do. Having to work Nikhil Walker-Alexander back in and work, not back in, but having to work him in and stuff too, into like a semi, limited guard rotation already. And Suggs wants to play. I think they're going to play good defense. They're going to chase him around. So that's all you had to be competitive against the Jazz. You just need to want. That's really all you need, and some decent defenders. And Anthony, Suggs, and Mo Wagner on the perimeter are that for sure. So, and we don't have to deal with RJ Hampton fucking it up on assignments defensively. He's not playing. So that's actually a bonus. He's been out for a little bit, I think. But I'm not a fan of RJ Hampton. He just doesn't have any basketball IQ. It's like when people are talking about Jaden Ivey. People are like, he's going to be like a top 5 pick. See, he has no basketball IQ. He hasn't like played enough to have the basketball IQ to whatever. Like that RJ Hampton kid hasn't played any basketball. No wonder he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You on the Boise under? I don't really touch many totals, guy. I kind of stick to my lane with like sides. I'm mostly a sides guy. I'm gonna play like some alternative spreads on the Bengals. Like I think Bengals minus 7.5 at plus 425 seems pretty fucking awesome. 16 MVP. Who am I taking to win the college basketball tourney? Gun to my head, you make me pick a future. I'll take Duke. That's also my team, disclaimer. But I think we have like the pieces to be multiple. Like we can match up with any lineup in college basketball, and there's very few teams that can actually do that, have the pieces to do that. So if gun to my head, you're going to make me take it. And I believe in like a lot of our guys. Like I believe in Banchero. I believe in Keels. We just have things to learn and lessons we have been learning, because we basically lose every game by people coming back on us or us giving away a late lead or something because we don't have end of game offense. We'll figure that out. So I think if I have to pick us, maybe Kentucky. Yeah, Dylan Reed. That would be they have experience, a lot of experienced guard play, and they have the ability to be multiple. So those would be the two that I have like for that. But I think it's gonna be very matchup driven because a lot of teams are not like Duke and Kentucky in that they have like a very specific weakness. A lot of really good teams. So I think it's gonna be very matchup driven. How confident am I in Northern Kentucky? I would be absolutely shocked if they lost this game. I would be fucking shocked. Absolutely shocked. How do you feel about Oakland's spread? I think they've been playing some shitty basketball, and if this just turns into a game of athletes versus athletes, then I would rather be on Robert Morris because I'm getting 7 points, and they have like don't forget they have a lot of talent. Like with the Spear kid that can get people in foul trouble, like he's a matchup problem for a lot of people. Games he plays well. He's actually a pretty fucking good player. they're trending up between him, that Michael Green kid, right? Whatever his name is, the Bryant transfer, but he's super talented. They have a lot of talent on that team. So if they're not playing well and they want to make this into a talent for talent game, then I think Robert Morris has a pretty good shot. If you told me Robert Morris won the game, I'd be like, wow, okay, I guess Oakland continues to not play well. That would be my thought. Like, it wouldn't be like, oh shit. Who's your favorite in the NBA? Not that you're gonna bet it now. Magic. I like the Magic. I think the Cavs are a scary spot. I think the Spurs are probably the side if I have to. Hornets spread, Spurs spread, Philly over. I can do that. I'm a little scared by the Hornets one, but they have such better guard play that I can't say anything. March is going to be insane. This tournament will be insane. Dude, I know. Dylan, I know. It's going to be awesome. I'm so fucking excited. We'll do like full like bracket shits too, because now I've been getting better at doing this and for longer. We're going to have fucking March Madness will be wonderful. There's we'll have games going on during the day and shit for these. It's going to be fucking electric. But I'm going to get a moderator by then to help with this shit. There will be a moderator by then. I think Akron -2. I mean, if I have to do no, I don't do parlay. I don't do parlays. Thank you, Devin. Eileen Akron for sure. I don't think Sincere Carey's the guy to break this streak. He's just not that guy in my opinion. I'd rather take money line at that short and like what can be like a really close game. I think tonight Akron, Oakland, Utah State, all parlay. I mean, I just don't see a lot of upside in throwing Utah State in a parlay. I don't see a lot of upside in parlays. Yeah. I mean, in general, I try and wrap my head out and make it sound better. I just don't do parlays. I think Utah State is like a great spot to like, they have Sherfield's back and shit. Maybe they hit some early shots, but they fold, but Nevada folds like they always fucking do. And maybe you can just get a better price and like not have to lay the 11, which I agree is like, you know, a little uncomfortable to lay, even though in my head, I feel like Utah State just bitch slaps the shit out of them. I don't do Devin Cambridge personally. I'm not a Devin Cambridge guy. Magic. See, like people get really afraid of like laying a -330, but it's like, it's just about like implied odds. So like let's say Northern Kentucky, like before, like I'll admit, whatever. So I went and laid like a very wide bet, like a very large bet on Northern Kentucky money line at like -290 or something last night. Like right before I went to bed, I spammed it a bunch of places. Just for the fact that like I think they win the game like fucking 9 out of 10, fucking 9.5 out of 10 times or something. Like I don't even see how the fuck they lose that game. Just the pure mechanics of it with just there's so much more experience. They take care of the ball so much better. They play such better perimeter defense. They're better shooters. They're better everything. Like they're playing well. They're playing much better basketball. Green Bay's kind of regressing. Like there's so few win conditions in my head. Like I need I need them to have all gotten like syphilis last night or something. And like are all like have like shit dripping out of their dicks and they're all talking about that mid-game, like, no, which bitch was it? Like, no, like I don't even know because it's difficult for me to imagine. So it's all implied odds. That doesn't mean because it's -290, -300 that I need to throw it in a parlay. But I also, I guess, have more investable income in this, but just my thought process. Because if you look at the parlay sheets, man, they're just taking so much from you. Like on that 3-team parlay, they're taking at least 15% from you. And if you're using an offshore, it's probably more. That's a lot. That's a big tax plus the 10% you're paying for 9%, whatever you're paying regularly at like -110. So it's difficult. I can't lay all that. We win long term. You'll win long term by just making smart investments. If the implied odds say 70%, or 75%, whatever, your brain says 90%. That's a 15% edge. So invest according to that. Would be my opinion. But I'm like a handicapper. I don't know if I'm the best bettor in the world, but what percentages changed? G's only cuz. What percentages changed? What percentages could change? The stats or something? Got you on my car radio king. Hey, Silky, I appreciate you, guy. Percent of money. What? So I urge you to think about that. G's only cuz like what's your source? Like, are you using Sports Insights, Action Network? Are you using Sportsbook Review? Where are you getting the percent of money? Because you got to understand where they're getting that data from. What APIs are they connecting to? Obviously, like certain ones in Vegas versus certain offshores and stuff cost a lot more. So, but they're all going to be different. Like if you look at Sports Insights and you look at Action Network, they're going to have 2 different percents of money. Like it's just So like what sources? Like if people in Jersey are betting something versus somebody, in people in Vegas that are actually going to lay like large sums of money and like moving lines and stuff. So I'd be very careful about that. Like that I think a lot of people get themselves into trouble on that kind of shit. Detroit has like way worse guards, Silky. Like way worse guards. I guess they should have an advantage in the front court. I'm super torn on that. Because I can see the Hornets just coming out and fucking mollywopping them. Like just beating the living crap out of them. Let me see the locks for today. This is a thin slate guide. Brand. If you want to talk like really, like I think the best investments I think there's really good investments over this weekend. I can't throw Akron over there because there's not value on it, Burley Gunner. I'm investing. I'm not betting. So like I need value. Like that's why it's all based on value for me. I think that there's probably like that line should be like, I don't know, like a pick 'em. Like, cause you're buying Akron at like peak value. Yeah, they're playing well though. So it justified some of it, but I can't take it when I think about it's almost like a St. Bonnie State, like St. Louis. I can't even put that one up there because I think it's way off. I think it's probably off by like 3-4 points. I think Akron maybe should be like -1 or something, but like, I think St. Bonnie should realistically be like 2.5, maybe 3. But you're paying so much for the recency bias. Tim McFadden. I like that point. Akron struggles to defend for 3, but I don't really so we're going to trust Sincere Carey and fucking Giovanni Santiago, basically. I'm not, if Kent State's route to victory is through 3-point shooting, I don't want that. Like dude, Sincere Carey's not the guy. He's not that guy. I hate it. It kills me, but let me hear them. I had a bad week. Jared Cannonier and the Bengals. Money line. Those are my 2 favorite bets of the weekend. I absolutely love them. Can you explain, bro, what's value for you? So like every line is just a price, right? It's like a price correlated to how often somebody thinks something's going to happen. So I would pull up on your browser. I would just have always open. Shit, how much battery do I have left? All right, I'm going soon. I'm going to plug in for a sec, but I got to go in a few. I got to go get a haircut. But what's it called? So pull up on your computer right now. Type in on Google Bet Calculator Action Network. Type in Bet Calculator Action Network and then click that in and just type in any odds. So like, for example, -150 is 60% implied odds. That's what they're telling you. It's going to, at that price, 60% of the time. So if you take that, you take a -150, you believe that it's going to happen. You need to give yourself a certain edge. So whether you give yourself like, the edge is usually dependent on how much you're going to bet on it. But let's say you think it's going to happen 75% of the time. So you have a 15% edge. So that should be then correlated. 15% edge is that's a nice edge. You should definitely be laying, whatever, I don't know how big you bet size things. I basically do like half a unit, 2 units. And then, for certain situations like the Bengals this weekend, I'm more heavily invested, or Jared Cannonier, or like whatever the hell. But I don't advise people to like, fucking hammer things. You win by winning over the long term. You don't win by having a few huge scores. We're not fucking robbing banks. You don't have to do that because you're not robbing banks. So you can just invest every day like a normal person. And when you're team hits 20% from 3 and fucking hits half their free throws, like SEMO yesterday, playing like they don't know which way's up, you can just be like, okay, we move on to tomorrow. And I'll go get sushi still and go have a smoothie. I don't know. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. I went swimming with my dogs this morning. I have no idea. But you're just investing. You're just playing the odds every time. It's like, do you think it's mispriced? So like thinking about it like any other market, anything else is mispriced. That's how I would try and think about it. Yeah, the SEMO boys were doing something. We'll find out too, because I believe it's fucked up because I believe in Philip Russell. That really fucked me up. I felt like I just like was on a different planet watching that game because like they're so much better than them and they couldn't defend them at all off the bounce. It was like, just take the fucking ball to the rim every time, you fucking guard. They can't guard you. It's just, oh, that was so bad. And the quality of shot the other guys are making, like way like end of the shot clock turnaround fadeaway threes, fadeaways and stuff. It's just like whatever. Sometimes this works. But of course, bigger spread teams are going to have better odds. But a spread is just a bigger spreader teams are going to have better odds. What does that mean, brother? The odds are just a price, though, right? So it's like you see plus 450s win all the time. Why? Not because necessarily, it's because it's just a price. Like at one point, Bitcoin was $1, right? Just for example, or something. It's not $1 anymore. At one point, Tesla was like, a $10 stock. Whatever the fuck example you want to use, Apple, whatever. It's like at one point things are valued something and then they're not valued that way anymore. Like the Cavs early this season were just covering fucking everything. It's like a +8 dog, plus whatever dog. They were winning outright all the time, the Cavs. Before the Raptors, we took the Raptors a bunch of time at really low prices early in the season. It's just like eventually the market, corrects itself like in a reasonably efficient manner, any market over time. But it's just a price. Yeah, it's literally just a price. So that's why, like, I live out in Las Vegas. Like, that's Red Rock outside that door behind you. So I live out in Vegas. So, like, a lot of my friends do this and shit for a living as well. And most people make money on dogs for whatever. For example, that's a big difference between, like, somebody that just starts and somebody that's 20 years in. You're the amount of favorites you bet, if you could draw a graph, would be like like that generally, because you just learn like what percentage of the time do you have to hit your bets. Like if you're taking spreads every time, just straight spreads, which is not like hitting 60% of your bets, you're fucking awesome, right? But like if you're taking plus 220s every time and you hit 40% of the bets, you're fucking awesome, right? So it's just different approaches for everybody, I guess. But that's why parlays and stuff, to me, it's like if for nothing else, then they're just taking like a parlay. They're literally taking 15% away. They're just taking a 15% tax on top of the juice and stuff. You just keep making that percentage of the number of parlays you got to hit go higher and higher and higher over time to make money, because they're just taking so much from you. So it's like a 15% tax on top of all the other shit you got to pay. You know what I mean? So you're paying juice on each game plus 15% tax. It's like you're just creating a world where it's very difficult to win long term. Like Vegas was built on parlays. It's not a saying for nothing. Arkansas +5 tomorrow against Bama. Interesting. I'm going to have to look. I'm going to watch the UFC weigh-ins, go get a haircut, and a couple other things. Hey, get weed. I get a few things tonight, and then I'm gonna sit down and look at the college basketball games as I watch face-offs and some final things. But yeah, I'll be up all night for that. Arkansas is playing well; they really are. But you got to still remember. Let's Brad. One thing we have to remember: let's remember who these men are. Let's not put our boots in front of our skis. No, let's not lean forward ahead of our skis and forget who these Arkansas guys are. They're all people that lost everywhere they were before. Okay, we have to remember that. They still are. I mean, we got Likes out of the rotation, which is positive. But Adis Tony's still Adis Tony. JD No D still JD No D. Still a wild man. Okay. So we just got to remember that. The biggest thing about that Auburn game, the other thing that you gotta put your goggles on and remember that Auburn didn't have Zep Jasper, who's like their general, right? He's the oldest guard. He's kind of like the adult in the room, like, hey, you, don't stop with the stupid shit, Wendell and KD. And like, I'll get it. Let me make sure Jabari Smith gets it before the final 2 possessions of overtime, hitting threes, so that, fucking he doesn't yell at everybody during the huddle after, stuff like that. So Zep Jasper being gone from that game is a huge asterisk. You just have to remember. I haven't looked at that game yet. I give my head. Jalen Williams is playing pretty well. So that sticks out in my head for sure. But the guard play, I fucking don't like Quinterly either. St. Louis -5. I can't credit Joe. I can't say anything because St. Bonnie's is an absolute dumpster fire, just like Xavier. But in my head, like, I'm just like, that should be like, you're paying a premium for what a dumpster St. Bonnie's is. Because like defensive matchups wise at the guard spots, St. Bonnie's probably going to be all right. And like if you just like roll, like we're paying like a 2 to 3 point premium, it feels like. I feel like this should be -2.5, -3, something like that. Realistically, what it should be. But St. Bonnie's is such a dumpster that they're like a Maryland or something, where you're like, well, whatever fucking happens. Then you watch it happen. You're like, all right, there they are. I knew you guys were there. Okay, anybody got any finals? I got we just hit 2 hours. So I did 3 yesterday. That's 5 in the last 2 days. I think I'm crunched. So anybody last ones? Whitaker beats Adesanya. I was all over it, and then fucking watching him look like a corpse at face-offs beat my mead. I mean, that killed me. Like, what? He literally looked like a corpse, like a legit corpse. Embiid under 18 assists, rebounds. I can't do player props, although I want Tim McFadden, bro. I saw Samaje Perine to score a touchdown at +700 and over 1.5 receptions, maybe over 13 receiving yards for Samaje, although I'd rather have him I really want the Samaje Perine to score a touchdown because I feel like Zach Taylor's like a sentimental guy. Credit Joe. Samaje Perine. I want Samaje Perine at +700. It's prop number 275. I think I'm going to play. Yeah, on a screen pass, on a running play, I feel like he's just going to get him the ball because like Samaje Perine's like the longest tenured Bengal, and he's like not only, and it helps with game plans. They love the screen. The screen passes are actually a big part of the offense, which is good anyways. But he's like passing around the game, balls around the city. He's a guy that's like, this shit's important to him. Yeah. No, you're right. No, exactly. Credit Joe. I agree. And those are a big part of the game plan for them too. If Cincy runs the ball 50%, they could win. Dude, I think people forget about how bad the Rams pass D can be against a good wide receivers. Like, do you remember seeing them when they were playing like Arizona and stuff earlier in the season before Arizona completely fell apart? Dude, they were fucking them up like pretty badly. Like, that was like they were dropping 40. They're getting 40 dropped on their heads and shit. I get you have Von Miller, but he doesn't turn your secondary into some fucking Superman. I mean, he helps the pass rush a bit, but Joe Shiesty has had to deal with a fucking crazy pass rush in his face the entire season. It's not suddenly just because they are a little bit like faster and less. I don't think they're going to get there as quick as I'm pretty sure they don't get there as quick as the Titans. I like over field goals. Zone defense is all day run. I like over field goals. I don't think over field goals is not a bad idea because I would be really surprised if the Rams score more than like 20 points. Honestly, 23 at the most. I really think they're going to kick the shit out of them. I want Bengals -7.5 at +425. It's number 118. And I think I'm going to take that. I'm worried about Cooper Kupp, my guy. Baffington. I'm worried about Cooper Kupp, my guy. Because I would be worried about, I think the Bengals are going to score a lot of touchdowns. Cooper Kupp's going to have, I think he might get a TD. I was going to play him on no TD at +130, but I can see him getting like a late one after Mike Hilton plays flawless defense the entire game. And then like he just gets one touchdown at the end because it's like whatever. But I don't think Cooper Kupp's going to be doing very much. I think they just go straight up Mike Hilton on him, credit Joe. Just straight Mike Hilton. He's the best slot corner in the league. And if you asked me, if I was like the GM or something, and they were like, or I'm the coach, and the GM asked me, I'll give you I'll go sign anybody for this game. Who do you want to put on Cooper Kupp? Be like, Mike Hilton. And then with some safety help from two of safeties that are playing at the highest, like the highest of high levels in Jesse Bates and Von Bell or Ricardo Allen when he's in. Ricardo Allen's sneaky for if there's like turnover props, Ricardo Allen on a turnover. Ricardo Allen loves a good turnover. Whoa, is that somewhere? A Ricardo Allen turnover. It'll probably have great fucking odds. Jake, Sharp plays that Jazz 14 is a lock. Why do you set the line high? No, they set the line high because nobody respects the Magic, but the Magic are going to try on defense, man. I think they'll chase them around. I don't think it's going to be, especially with a iffy Rudy. So the Magic will get some buckets at the rim more than they usually would. I think effort keeps the Magic in this game, and I think they can win it. I'm going to have a little Magic plus 750. OBJ, Higgins, Chase, TD. Any unders? Yeah, so Magic just came off a win to the Jazz by 20. So they match up well, you're telling me? I mean, I don't need them to win. I need them to cover a 14-point game. So there's going to be a 34-point swing in this game is what you're telling me? That's what people are betting on that are taking the Jazz? I'm not going to bet on a 34-point swing game to game. That's a pretty big difference. So you're telling me my read on their defensive matchup is on point. No, I think unders for SB are scary. Indoor stadium. Interesting. Yeah, I just like X's and O's. I'm having a really hard time figuring out how they're going to move the fucking ball. Like I was thinking maybe 467 total rush yards by the Rams, under 112. I don't know how they're going to. I get you have a big offensive line. It's overrated. They're not going to be able to run the ball really well on BJ Hill and DJ Reader. DJ Reader's like top 3 defensive tackles in football. People just forget about that. Everybody's like, oh, why can't the Titans run the ball on the Bengals? Anybody a Giants fan? You ever watch BJ Hill play? He's fucking awesome. That's why. Like they're 2 of the best defensive tackles in football. Maybe that's why they can't run the ball. Like, I don't think Cam Akers and his genius brain at finding holes is going to be able to just dice the Bengals defense up. That's why I think they're going to have a really hard time scoring. Higbee. Hello, let's go through all of the offensive weapons for the Rams. How about Higbee? He's a really good offensive red zone weapon. I get that. He's a good red zone weapon. Now, let's think of a player that we could put on him who's awesome, who's like almost like a little like kryptonite for tight ends, an awesome guy to put on him. Trey Flowers. We have all the pieces that we need in this game. We have like Trey Waynes as like a 5th corner. What are we doing here? They're not all going to be open. We're going to be able to rotate guys in so people don't get tired all game. These receivers are not going to be wide open. Matt Stafford's not gonna have a good game, man. I don't think OBJ is gonna have a good game. Chidobe or Eli Apple plus some safety help is enough. I don't think anybody on the Rams is having that big a game. I do have more faith in OBJ having a big game than Cooper Kupp, though. I do think that. I would agree that OBJ has a bigger game than Cooper Kupp. I'm massively on the Bengals. Bengals money line and Bengals minus 7.5 at plus 425. I don't think they're going to be able to fucking score the ball. Just don't see it. I just like when I play the game in my head, I'm like, you have the perfect weapons. Fuck. What happened here? I'm going to run to the butcher real quick. I'm going to come back and shower. Oh, shit. This thing's still streaming.